Hello, boys and girls. Welcome once again to the Matt Murphy Radio Show, underway for another day. Happy to have you with us on this. What day is it? It's Wednesday, June 24th. I never wrote it down on my sheet of paper. I normally look over here and I depend on it, and I did not write it down. It is June 24th. It is Wednesday. We thank you for being around with us on this in the year of our Lord 2026. We're on a variety of platforms. I'll tell you all about that in just a moment. I have no idea how any of this is going to go because my tongue's not working properly, and that's the first time what did you roll your eyes for? Why would you do that? I have a major injury.
Is this like an athlete blowing out their knee?
This is my moneymaker, buddy boy. This is like Tom Brady and his shoulder is hurting. And he doesn't know if he can go on game day today. That's what that's like.
Well, you're here, so that means you're active.
I am playing hurt. I'm not playing injured. I'm playing hurt. You have no idea. You want to see it?
Go for it. How'd you do that?
I bit it.
Was it those nuts he got out of the vending machine?
It was not these nuts that caused my tongue injury. It was gum. By the way, my name is Matt Murphy. Ryan is behind the controls, making sure that everything that comes out of our speaker sounds as good as humanly possible. Hello, Ryan.
Hello.
Jay Harper is back behind the glass. He's in News Closet B. He gathers headlines for a living, delivers them twice an hour, and when it breaks. Hello, Jay Harper. Man, I'll tell you what, boy. And then, well, this is, yeah, man. Yeah, I've done that too. Yeah, it's bad. So this is reminiscent. It is not nearly as bad as this incident that I've told this story on a couple of occasions on the show. That I bit my tongue. This was bad. I almost went to the emergency room. So I'm not kidding. I bit my tongue on a cranberry bagel in the Cumulus facility in Birmingham, Alabama. And it was so bad I could not do my show that day. No, I'd already done my show that day. I couldn't do the show the next day. It bled for 4 hours, Jay. I put compression on it for 30 minutes. I with one hand, I pulled my tongue out of my mouth and held my tongue out of my mouth. And with the other hand, I held compression on my tongue. And it would not stop bleeding. No, I should have gone to get stitches. I held it. I fell asleep holding compression on it. It was awful. And eventually I got it to just stop bleeding. I on that occasion, I nicked a vein. I did not nick a vein here, but I was a lot of veins. So I apologize that I'm not at my best today. If I sound like I'm speaking with a slight lisp, it is because I'm sleeping with a slight lisp, because it makes me more comfortable if I talk like this because I don't feel like I'm going to bite the injury. Fair. So that's the answer to your question there, buddy. Jackson Williams is in the studio with us. He is a little closer to me than I am comfortable with, quite frankly. Hey, Jay Willie.
Hi, buddy.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Getting Ryan trained up, ready to go for Friday.
Yes.
Ryan obviously is ready, willing, and able to slip into the control area when Jackson is on site with us. For those that do not know, we're out at Timms Ford Lake. Are you spending the night?
I think so.
You spending the night?
Probably.
We're gonna watch. What are we gonna do?
Watch our movie that the audience votes on.
Okay, we'll do that. I want a patriotic themed film.
Independence Day.
You know, you told me yesterday that Independence Day was your favorite movie. I don't think
One
that this
of my
is
favorite movies.
I don't think this is in the spirit of expanding horizons. If you watch,
Sometimes you just want a good old.
I understand that. There's a lot of classics out there that celebrate America and patriotism.
Mel Gibson, Patriot.
I've seen that.
Mel Gibson, Patriot.
Very good movie.
It's a fine film. There's this look of horror on Jackson's face right now. He doesn't seem very excited about that. Yankee Doodle Dandy with James Cagney. I'm a Yankee Doodle Dandy. It doesn't mean what you think it means. It doesn't mean that he's a flit. He's not a dandy. I guess maybe it does. I don't know. I've never actually thought about it. You know, it doesn't mean dandy in the spirit. Do you know what a dandy is?
No.
Those Africans that dress up in those fancy suits.
I don't think that's correct. I don't even know that. In fact, as I sit here, I don't even think I know what that means, Ryan. At least I'm going to claim I don't.
I swear I saw a video on it years ago.
So what do we got? We got a lot to get into today, not the least of which is your telephone call, 615-737-9986, 615-737-9986. At 3:35, Dustin Kittle, who is an attorney in Murray County, an environmental guy, he's been monitoring the goings-on of the Columbia Power and Water situation, and I erroneously reported to you on social media platforms, and I believe as I began the show yesterday, I erroneously reported that the state had decided to defer the giving of any loan money to Columbia Power and Water for the purpose of building a treatment facility or building an intake. I was incorrect in as much as they have not permanently pushed that aside. They delayed it for 30 days. Dustin will talk to us about that. Scott Sapicki will be on at 4:05 this afternoon to discuss a number of issues, to include the Columbia Power and Water situation as well. At 5 o'clock today, you might have seen this story. It is a bit of an inside baseball tale regarding Republican Party politics in the state of Tennessee. But it caught my eye, and a lot of people sent me some of this information regarding the so-called self-described president of the Murray County Young Republicans, a person by the name of Austin Lee. I don't know Austin Lee. The first time I heard about Austin Lee was when several alert listeners and individuals that know that I have a radio show from 3 until 7 and know that I live in Murray County alerted me to this flyer that Austin apparently has paid for to send out regarding recruitment for the Murray County Young Republicans. And in this flyer of recruitment, he includes the logo of the Tennessee Young Republican Federation, which is obviously a statewide group of individuals that has chapters with young Republicans in various counties affiliated with the Tennessee Young Republican Organization. In the flyer, Austin Lee writes that it says, support Austin Lee, join the Murray County Young Republicans, stop the Great Replacement, expel the invader, punish the traitor, ban Islam and Hinduism, no wars for Jews, men in charge. Tennessee Young Republicans at the bottom. So what I have been told is that there is no formal, and Austin might have a different take on this, and if he does, he's going to get a chance to give his take because he's coming on with us at 5:05 this afternoon. What I have been told by the Murray County Republican Party is that they are not affiliated in any way with any Murray County Young Republicans. The Tennessee Young Republicans claim that there is no official charter affiliation with the Murray County Young Republicans. As a matter of fact, as best as I can see, the Murray County Young Republican Party disbanded as an organization a couple of years ago, and Austin Lee is attempting to revitalize the Young Republicans in Murray County without official designation or affiliation with any of these parent organizations. That said, we'll find out from the man himself. Austin Lee joins us at 5:05 this afternoon. Should be an interesting conversation. And then, of course, Cameron Smith after that. Your telephone calls all afternoon long. 615-737-9986, 615-737-9986. You can also reach us on the super text line if you so desire. So I start the show today. I mean, obviously, there's socialism that goes on all across the United States of America. There's socialists all across the United States of America. And a lot of folks are discussing the victories that occurred in New York last evening. I guess Moron Zamdani, or whatever the hell his name is, Mamdani, is 3-0 now. Some of his hand-picked socialists achieved victory in New York. We talked a little about this yesterday, and we'll continue to talk about it today, what it means for the American people and what it means moving forward regarding representation, not just in New York, but in Washington, D.C. All of that to say, it was a good night for Mamdani, and I would suggest to you that it might be time for us to wake up and make sure that we get out and vote. Because the socialists are here. They've always been here. I've been saying for a long time that sadly, today's Republicans are yesterday's Democrats. Today's conservatives are yesterday's liberals. Today's liberals are yesterday's socialists. There aren't really many conservatives walking around Washington, D.C. anymore. And that is a sad thing. But we'll discuss that throughout the course of the afternoon as well. Cheekwood Estate and Gardens has released an open letter saying a radical existential threat has put the future of the historic site in jeopardy. According to the letter, a neighbor group led by Jackson Moore have filed a legal appeal to the Metro Board of Zoning Appeals to stop construction of an on-site parking facility, which Cheekwood says could halt their operations and public use of Cheekwood's property through a stop work order. The parking lot is now being required by Nashville Metro, and Cheekwood says if the stop work order is successful, it would change how they operate the estate and the gardens completely. According to the statement, you ever been to Cheekwood? You been to Cheekwood? You've never been to Cheekwood?
Nope, never been.
Born and raised.
Born and raised, never been to Cheekwood.
I've been to Cheekwood.
Maybe as a kid.
I mean, they do a pretty good winter holiday light deal.
But a memorable, can I remember going to Cheekwood? No.
So it's fancy over there. A lot of fancy.
They probably won't let me in.
Big time fancy. Yeah. They're probably like, where are you from? Hermitage? Nah.
Old Hickory.
Yeah. Isn't it right next door to one another?
It matters.
It sure as hell matters to people who live in Old Hickory if you tell them they live in Hermitage. I'll tell you that, because you're the one person I think I know that lives in Old Hickory right now. And every time I tell you that you live in Hermitage, you give me a nasty look. And you tell me Old Hickory.
We have a caller who lives in Old Hickory. Your favorite caller.
Oh, that's right. Is that a relative, by the way? I've never asked. You live in Old Hickory. Mike lives in Old Hickory. Convenient. I don't think that's a coincidence.
It's a big place.
Old Hickory is?
Yeah.
Right next door to Hermitage?
Yeah.
Right next door to Donaldson?
Yep.
Yeah, I know. Mount Juliet right down the road.
Mm-hmm.
I've been there. You've never been to Cheekwood, though. So for 66 years, Cheekwood Estates and Gardens has served as a sanctuary of art, education, and nature for generations of Tennesseans, the statement reads. Today, that legacy is facing an unprecedented and radical existential threat, and the future of Cheekwood is in jeopardy. Okay, this is a little drama-filled. I mean, drama queen much? Come on, y'all. The statement says the proposed order is an act of unprecedented overreach by a self-serving faction trying to wall off a historic Nashville landmark for themselves. All right. So we're going to get into that a little bit today, too, and get your take on it. It is, I like Cheekwood. I've been there a few times for what it's worth, but I think Cheekwood is kind of overvaluing their worth in Nashville, in the Nashville community. Maybe I'm the one that's wrong. We'll find out together as I get your thoughts on it. 615-737-9986. Excited for the day. It is episode 1063 on Supertalk 99.7 WTN. You can hear us on 99.7 FM. You can hear us on TuneIn, Spotify, iHeart. You can also find us on our own app, Supertalk 99.7 WTN. Of course, Talk TV is up and running. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Rumble. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Rumble. It's 20 after the hour on Supertalk. Also, I got your Google Meet sent. It can be hard to find someone that you trust when it comes to large home repairs, including heating and cooling of your home. I know that person. His name is Jeff Eddy. His team is Efficient Heating and Cooling. They are a small company with big results in mind, big service in mind. I trust Jeff Eddy in everything he does. I've trusted him for years, and I did so when I first bought my new home in Mount Pleasant. I got Jeff out there to check everything out, and sadly, we had to replace a unit that was on the older side of things. A cracked heater body led to that replacement, but I fully understood my options, fully understood where I stood with everything that was going on, and they gave me those options and gave me the ability to make the right decision for me and my family. They do that for you and your family as well. They're going to extend the life of that unit if possible. They encourage you to maintenance your unit at $125. That's the maximum price you'll ever pay for a maintenance call at Efficient Heating and Cooling in their service area. They also offer financing if needed, and they're an Elite Pro partner with Threem when the time comes. EfficientHVAC.net, EfficientHVAC.net, or call 615-784-4424, 784-4424 for Efficient. Hello, friends. It's Matt Murphy for Eurofix. Do all the good you can by all the means you can and all the ways you can and all the places you can at all the times you can to all the people you can for as long as you can. I first heard Aaron Stokes say that. Aaron Stokes has been trying to do that for over a quarter century. Friends, it's Matt Murphy, and Eurofix repairs European vehicles at below dealer pricing, and it sets them apart isn't just the pricing, although that is significant. It's the deep commitment to quality that keeps you off the tow truck. Eurofix has clean, welcoming shops where you can actually sit down, a free 15-minute no-wrench inspection, a 3-year, 36,000-mile nationwide warranty on all repair work performed, rental cars available at every appointment. It's time for you to get that European automobile fixed the right way for less money at Eurofix. Nashville, Franklin, Murfreesboro, Belmead, and Mount Juliet. Call 844-EUROFIX, 844-EUROFIX, or visit myEurofix.com. Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Thank you, Jay Harper. All right, I have to talk slower. I have to be more patient. I probably should do that every day, because if I don't, I'm not gonna make it. My tongue's not gonna make it. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you that.
You're fine.
Are you ready to take over if my tongue doesn't make it?
Oh yeah, it will be all sports though.
R.I.P. Matt Murphy's tongue. Speaking of sports, what did I tell you I was going? I don't know.
Oh, do you want to have this conversation now? We got 5 minutes.
I'm not very happy with you.
And why is that, Matt Murphy?
So you guys might or might not know, if you're new to the show, Jackson Williams is the resident sports expert on the Matt Murphy radio show. He comes from a sports background. We drug him over here to News Talk, and he's done a good job as executive producer. And occasionally we have the Action Jackson Sports Minute, which we will not have right now because Jackson's not in the room, and I don't want to stress Ryan out trying to find that button. But it is essentially an Action Jackson Sports Minute. So I took Jackson, despite his wealth of sports knowledge and experience, I took Jackson to his first NASCAR experience.
Yes, it was awesome.
A couple of months ago, not even 2 months ago.
It wasn't even a month ago.
Was it not a month ago? Here's what I know. Well, it had to be because the man's won 3. He won that race. He's won 2 others. He didn't win.
It was Memorial Day weekend.
Okay, so yeah, a little over a month or thereabouts. Jackson knows that I hate Denny Hamlin.
Yes.
Well established.
Yes.
That I hate Denny Hamlin.
Yes.
And after we went to the truck race Friday, Jackson decided to watch the race on Sunday.
I did.
The NASCAR race at Nashville Superspeedway. And what did you tell me via text, Jackson?
Denny Hamlin's my favorite driver now. Two reasons. Number one, that blue progressive car looks nice. It's a sharp car.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Number two, he told you to bleep off.
Yeah, well,
so that means we have something in common. That's a personal connection.
His gas man told me to go bleep off, but that did happen.
So
no, he didn't tell me to bleep off. He told me to get the bleep out of his bleeping way.
Well, either way.
And I was where I was supposed to be.
He had a sharp-looking blue car. Blue's my favorite color. And he told you to bleep off.
Yeah.
That's 2 things. That's 2.
And so Jackson decides...
and he owns a race team with Michael Jordan. That's cool.
That is... Okay, sure.
So...
I suppose.
I'm a big Denny Hamlin guy. I think he's going to win the what do they call it?
The cup.
Yeah.
The championship.
He's going to get his first one. I watched that series.
Jeez.
What's it called?
Now you know that he's never won one. How did you learn all of this in 4 short weeks, Jackson?
I watched TV.
It's that Tennessee education coming out.
I did some research.
Did you?
What is it called? What's the TV show called?
What? I don't know what TV
Prime. It's like an in-season documentary kind of thing.
I don't watch all that garbage.
It's really good.
That's Denny Hamlin trash.
And the first season featured him, and I learned he had never won one. I figured he had.
He has gotten close, and it is a big deal. He's the greatest driver in NASCAR history to have never won a championship.
Better than Dale Jr.?
Yes. Yeah.
I also learned Dale Jr. didn't win one.
Decidedly better than Dale Jr. He's won like 64 races now.
That's a lot.
He's like 6th on the all-time race
He's
victory.
3-1 since I've become a fan.
Yeah, he's 3-1. He didn't win
I think that's pretty good for NASCAR.
Oh, jeez. What? You're just doing this to torture me.
Well, that's a bonus.
Primarily?
That's just a bonus. I like
you're jumping right in front of this parade.
You got to think about my generation. I like bright colors, very bright car at Nashville.
Yeah, it was.
I also saw a video of him getting into a fight, and that's piqued
fun.
my interest.
That's fun, yes.
And that was very fun.
That's always good.
So, I'm going Denny Hamlin all the way.
And then number 3, it annoys the hell out of Matt Murphy.
Yeah, that's 3.
Which is a big bonus.
Oh, huge.
That's nice.
I texted you strictly because of that.
By the way, I'm sorry to disabuse you of this 96-34, but it's not really close anymore. I understand. Mark Martin was the best race car driver to have never won a NASCAR championship. Denny Hamlin is currently the best. I think Mark Martin won 40 races. Denny Hamlin has won 64 races. I understand. I love Mark Martin. He's a great driver. He's a great fella. I've had an opportunity to interview him. I have nothing negative to say about Mark Martin. I have a lot of negative things to say about Denny Hamlin, but I just looking at the data. I'm just letting you know. It's 3:30. Super Talk 99.7. Bonnie, hang in there. Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Aims to promote new home construction and bars private equity firms from buying up houses. It got overwhelming support from both Republicans and Democrats, but the president saying now he's not going to sign it until the Save America Act is passed. That's the bill that would require proof of citizenship to vote. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, he says the president is just in dreamland if he thinks the SAVE Act's ever going to pass.
Donald Trump, whenever he has an opportunity to help the American people with costs of housing and other issues, he runs away from them. He gets diverted to ridiculous issues like the SAVE Act, which Donald Trump, don't even try to substitute one for the other. The SAVE Act is not going to pass the Senate or the House.
Now we get to home sales. Stubbornly high interest rates have pushed new home sales to their lowest level of the year. ABC's Jim Ryan, he's got the latest numbers from the Census Bureau.
Housing industry analysts were expecting a rebound last month after April's decline. Instead, the number dropped from 626,000 new home sales to 580,000, a 7.3% decrease. While sales were down, prices were up. The median price of new houses sold in May was $424,900, up 2% in just a month.
Back here in Nashville, opening arguments happened yesterday in the Blaze Taylor murder trial. He's the former Tennessee Titans scout who's accused of killing his pregnant girlfriend, Jade Benning, as well as their unborn child. News 2's Alexi Wilson reports.
Prosecutors argue Taylor poisoned Jade Benning's drink with cocaine because he didn't want to be a father. They point to a phone call Benning made to her best friend just before she was rushed to the hospital. During that call, the state says her friend heard Benning say, "What did you put in my drink? I knew my drink tasted funny. You did this because you didn't want the baby." The defense pushed back, saying this was not a murderer. Attorneys for Taylor claim Bennings used drugs and alcohol. They also say that Taylor called 911 and cooperated with investigators.
Taylor pleads not guilty in this case. If convicted, he could be in prison for life. That's the latest news. We've got traffic and weather coming up. I'm Jay Harper, WTN News. We do have a crash blocking the right lane and right shoulder of I-40 westbound at Charlotte Pike. In Madison, a crash, Maya Drive and Anderson Lane. 24 westbound at Medical Center Parkway. This is out in Murfreesboro. We've got a stalled vehicle, and it's blocking the left lane and left shoulder. And near the Capitol, George L. Davis Boulevard, south of Charlotte Avenue, a wreck reported there. I'm Jay Harper.
Obviously, when we talk about King and Associates Insurance, we talk a lot about automobile insurance. We talk quite a bit about life insurance as well. I want to talk to you for a moment about that life insurance and commercial insurance. If you have kids, life insurance isn't about you, it's about them. Making sure the house is paid for, college still possible, and their life doesn't change additionally overnight through financial limitations. At King and Associates Insurance, they make it simple with no pressure, no confusion, just clear options that fit your family and make it easy for you. 615-329-8121, 329-8121. Visit letter T, kinginsurance.com. Also, if you own a business, one claim can cost you everything. You need to ask them about insurance through King and Associates Insurance. They don't just sell policies, they identify risk before they become problems. 615-329-8121. That's 329-8121. Tell them Matt Murphy sent you to King and Associates Insurance. Super Talk 99.7 WTN, the Matt Murphy Show is in progress. It's 37 after the hour. I want to get to Bonnie real quick before we say hello to Dustin Kittle, who is on the line for us in just a moment. Hey, Bonnie, how are you?
Hey, I'm a little aggravated. I got to get my car door handle fixed and paid my car insurance today. It's just thinking about, what all people have to pay and people sleeping in their cars and people are just, we just don't have enough. It's Donald Trump has really, really misled us. And I just want to have the floor for just a second.
Well, we've got you for about a minute, Bonnie, and I've got a guest coming up after that, but the minute is yours.
Yes, I just want to ask people out there listening. I know there's a lot of people listening, especially maybe Vicky and Kevin down there in Watertown that own that grocery store. I just love them to pieces. But anyway, all these people that voted for Donald Trump, and he's making us look like people that's in I literally feel like I live in Venezuela. I feel like that our government is so sneaky. They lie to us. They promise, so much about the food. The prices is going to get them down. He's going to make housing affordable for the young people. Of course, I'm 64. I mean, what the hell is he doing for the poor people? He ain't doing crap for us.
What, Bonnie, I don't mean to interrupt you during your time, but what would you like the President of the United States of America to do for poor people?
To beef up to the plate and stop being so damn sneaky and be honest and do what he said he was going to do. Lower the food prices, for God's sake, so people, and make the people that own all this damn rental houses. Oh, I can name some right now in Lebanon, Tennessee, making all this money. Yeah.
How does the president lower food prices?
Well, hell, I don't know.
Well, you're the one that, Bonnie, you're the one that just said that he needed to lower the food prices.
Let me tell you something, Matt. Don't cover for him.
I'm not covering for anybody.
He's the one that stood up there slapping his jaws, saying, I'm going to lower these food prices.
You think we'd be better? You think we'd be better off under Kamala?
Hell, I'm starting to think maybe we would.
Uh-oh.
No, I mean, the man is not doing anything for the poor people. Come on, wake up, people out there.
I didn't know that it was the president's job to do things for poor people.
Well, if it's not the president's job, Matt, don't cover for him.
Oh, I'm not.
He shouldn't have stood up there and said that he was going to do something when he can't do it. Oh, come on. A man that's that smart, he knows if he can do it or he can't do it.
Well, I've got good news, Bonnie. You want to hear the good news?
Well, let me say this.
Well, I've got a guest, so I don't have a lot of time, but I need to give you the good news real quick. You want some good news?
What is it?
You will never have to vote for Donald Trump again.
Thank God. Because you know what? I voted for him twice, and he's not very, very honest.
Twice? Yeah, I voted for him 6 times.
Oh, goodness. Come on.
I did. 3 primaries and 3 general elections. What are you talking about? I voted for Donald J. Trump 6 times, Bonnie.
Okay, Matt, I think you're trying to make this like humorous, and it's not humorous.
I'm trying to make you feel better.
Well, no, you're not trying to. It ain't going to make me feel better because you can't do nothing about it, and you can joke and drink all you want, smoke pot or whatever you want to do, but that's not going to get our prices down.
Who's smoking pot and drinking? Me?
People are out there drinking and smoking pot because they're depressed and stuff.
Oh,
you want to get high?
I see.
No, I don't want to get high.
That's Ryan in there. Ryan loves playing those dumb buttons. Bonnie, I wish I had more time to explore this with you. But call me back, and look, I'm here. I'm listening to you. I'm hearing you. I'm not just. I hear your frustration, and I appreciate it. I respect it.
most poor people, average poor people like me, make about $450 a week. That's about the average for the real poor. Now, come on. How does somebody pay rent, electricity, gas, phone, food? I mean, you can't.
Bonnie,
Oh,
you won't get our. I hear your frustration, and we need to continue the conversation about it.
well, maybe Friday. I'll be
Yeah,
wound
come
up.
on. Hey, you're in Tullahoma. Come see us.
Where are you at?
We're at Tim's Ford, Twin Creeks Marina, over there. And
Oh, hell,
yeah.
you really don't want to see me and put me on the radio down there.
Let's go, Bonnie. Jackson Williams says come and see him. I got to scoot, Bonnie. Thank you for the call. I understand the frustration. I'm not trying to make light of it. I was just trying to make you feel better. We'll try to explore some of that a little bit later on. I want to deal with an issue a bit closer to home, and I appreciate our next guest for his patience. His name is Dustin Kittle. He's an environmental attorney. He lives I think he lives in Murray County. I think Santa Fe, if I'm not mistaken. Dustin's been on with us from time to time to discuss Murray County politics, specifically some of the expansion, growth down there, and water issues related to said same. And he joins us on the Murphy Show hotline this afternoon. Dustin, good afternoon. Thanks for coming back.
Hey, thanks, Matt, and good memory. I am in the metropolis of Santa Fe, and I wish Bonnie would come down here and get on some of these politicians in Columbia. That would be nice.
I tell you what, she'd clean them up.
And I'm not smoking pot either, just for the record.
Well, y'all notice he didn't say anything about drinking. No, I'm just kidding.
That's true.
I'm just kidding. Dustin, let's, I thought we had some really good permanent news regarding the Columbia Power and Water rate increase and their purpose for the rate increase, which was to build that treatment facility and intake. And I erroneously reported yesterday that the state declined the loan, but I do not believe that that is the case. So tell us what your understanding is, what the status of all of this is right now.
So they went before the local development authority, state funding board, earlier in the week, and the vote on that was to defer, and it is deferred to the next meeting, which will be the last week in July. So it's not permanent good news for those who are hoping that this pipeline doesn't go through. But I will say, in observing that hearing the questions that were asked, the individuals that are on the panel that will make the ultimate vote on this certainly articulated the same questions that really people in Murray County have been asking now for 6 months, which is this the best long-term solution? I mean, we're talking about a $500 million project that the residents here are going to have to pay for. And so my hope is that those questions prompt even more questions when they go back in July. And ultimately, my hope is that the state denies this funding.
Well, yeah, I hope the same. I think there are many different options at their fingertips that do not include some of these rate increases. And it feels like the rate increases will benefit other communities outside of Columbia proper, right? I mean, it's my understanding that Columbia Power and Water continues to sell Spring Hill, for example. I want to say it's 7 million gallons a day. And do I have that right?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
And what this $500 million, this is what it'll buy us. It'll buy us 12 million gallons more a day pulled out of the Duck River. And from everything we've seen, half of that's already allocated to Spring Hill. And you know, it's the natural flow when you look at this as far as the overdevelopment here in Middle Tennessee. It's anybody that's been in this area for longer than the last few years can recall that, you know, a couple of decades ago, Spring Hill was a crossroads, and it's been developed to the point that you just about can't drive through there anymore. And so they're using water at a record pace. Murray County is the second fastest growing county in the state of Tennessee, if you look at it per capita. And really what this is, at the end of the day, it's a bailout. It's a government bailout because the same politicians at the city of Columbia that passed this have not denied the permits as far as water that have come out. They have continued to approve developments, including in January. On the same night that they passed this pipeline, they approved to build another 100 units. And if you look at their backlog in the queue right now, they've got 8,500 building permits for future expansion that have already been approved. They're waiting to be built. And so what they are saying now is, we have hit capacity. Well, my farm's not using any more water than we have before, and we're subject to a 150% rate increase. And the same thing would be for all of the residents that are here, that have been here. This is all about bringing in industry. This is about continuing to build, and it's a product of a city council right now that has a mayor in Chaz Mulder who's running for political office. And hey, Chaz is as smooth as it gets from a political standpoint. He basically had to come out and say at this meeting he's in favor of this. He's a developer. I mean, you can look at his financial records from when he went into office as the mayor and where it is now. He has become a real estate developer. The vice mayor of Columbia is a builder and a developer. And if you look at the chairman of the planning commission, it's the vice president of commercial lending at the local bank. And so they have captured this process to benefit the developers, and it's directly to the detriment of the people who live here, not just in water availability, but again, you're talking about 150% rate increase that people are paying for the same water they were getting last month.
So what are the options? And I understand that they need, I mean, in my opinion, Dustin, I don't know if you share it, I think you might, they need to curtail some of this expansion until they get their infrastructure needs stabilized. But at the same time, they're not. I mean, we don't see any lack of movement toward expansion and growth. What do you believe will happen, and what are some of the options if the state declines to loan Columbia Power and Water this money to build the intake and to build the treatment facility? I don't think there's any doubt that they need the treatment facility. It's my understanding that they're at over 90% capacity in terms of water treatment. So I think even just with basic expansion of residents, they're going to need something to happen in that regard. The intake might be a different entity. What do you expect will happen, and what are their options should the state decline the loan?
You know, I think ultimately what it's setting up for is that the city of Columbia is trying to position itself as the regional water authority. I mean, this all really is a power play at the end of the day. They know regionalization is coming. If they can get their foot in the door, I mean, this fall we will have reports that's issued by the Duck River Planning Partnership that the governor set up. Now, I'm just going to tell you, there's some issues with the planning partnership in the way that they have gone about things and the influence that Columbia Power and Water has had, really, quite frankly, teaming up with TDEC on these issues. But there are they continue to say, Columbia Power and Water continues to say that their project is the only one that's shovel-ready. Number one, it's not shovel-ready. It's a 17-mile pipeline that they don't even own all the land for. They don't own the dirt where the shovel's going to go into, and I know that because I represent in my law firm 3 of the property owners across that route who have said, we will not sell our farmland for this. And so they don't have all of the land that they need. But part of this, too, is that TDEC is slow-walking some other options that are out there. And again, I think it's to allow Columbia Power and Water to get ahead. I know for a fact that there are other permits that would not decimate the Duck River. In fact, they would bring water in from other sources. Potentially, they would not have the environmental impact that this project has, that are solutions that are brought forward by other entities. And at the end of the day, Columbia Power and Water's positioning this as the only option when, quite frankly, it is not. It's their best option to maximize their revenue and to obtain the power that they need to try to position themselves as the regional authority. And it's as simple as that. What was the language within the passage of the rate increase regarding what they do if this loan doesn't get approved? In other words, are they going to keep it the same rates if the loan doesn't get approved, or are they going to return to the previous rates if they don't need the increase in money to pay off the debt? And that's a great question, which I think is underscored by this fact. They have already raised rates. There's no
Right.
question that if you look at this right now, this is a project that is, at a minimum, it's in jeopardy, because if the funding does not come through from the state, there may not be a project. If they can't get the property out of the cold dead hands of the three landowners I represent, there may not be a project. A pipeline's got to connect at every end and go all the way across. And so what becomes of this money that they have taken from people for this long-term water supply project that they presented as they had everything lined up for? Ultimately, I would say this. I think there's going to be a legal action filed. I would feel very confident in that, to shut down them taking this money until the project is finalized. And if it's not finalized, if the state turns them down, that rate increase cannot go forward. Again, I think that it shows this was about more than just getting that intake put in. I think it was about increasing revenue for Columbia Power and Water. They saw a good opportunity to do this. They dusted off a 15-year-old plan and brought it forth, and ultimately hired a lobbyist that was a former state official to lobby TDEC at $15,000 a month that was paid for by the ratepayers. And they'll have to pay that for 2 years regardless of what happens on this. This is a project that never should have been approved at the city level. The politicians that did approve it, including Chaz Mulder, ultimately should be held accountable. And while he voted no that night, if you go and you watch this development authority meeting, he absolutely advocated, just like everyone saw, that his vote was nothing more than to preserve his run for Congress. And ultimately,
it was the slime. And I'll say it, Dustin, and I'm not putting words in your mouth when I say this. It was the slimiest of politics. You are a yes. You promoted this. You pushed this, and then when you knew you had the votes, you voted no because you knew that you couldn't defend your yes vote down the road when you're running for Congress.
Absolutely. And you know what? I could respect somebody that actually believes that's the right option and goes about it in that way. There's nothing wrong with disagreeing in politics or in government, but when you use that sleight of hand like what he has done with this in trying to placate for votes while at the same time doing things behind closed doors that ultimately will impact the residents here, I cannot respect that at all.
Dustin, thank you for your advocacy for the people of Murray County. Thank you for the information. We appreciate you coming on with us, and we'll keep up with you for the latest in Murray County regarding this water issue. We appreciate you, Dustin.
Thank you, Matt.
All right, take care. There's Dustin Kittle. A quick timeout. Scott Sapicki will be on with us to follow up on Dustin Kittle's report, tell us where he is and where he thinks the state is on this, plus many other matters involving education, etc. Scott Sapicki coming up next on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. All right, summertime's here, new season, new clothing. I got a new shirt on. Well, it's not new, but, you probably haven't seen it. Yeah, it's a little blinding. Same old discomfort when the camera comes out, friends. We've all been there. And at Contours LLC in Franklin, they can help you trade that photo fear for genuine confidence. Their red light treatment helps tighten skin, melt stubborn fat fast, without surgery, without complications, without pain. It will help you restore your confidence. It's safe. It's natural, will not hurt you, no pain, no downtime, and it's instantaneous. I'm a testimony to this. 2.67 inches around my midsection in the first treatment alone. Right now, you try it out for $99, belly buster and a facial for $149. If you're ready to commit to your best self, you can get the Mandis special, 6 full treatments for the price of 4. There's a Murphy special, too. We don't promote that because we don't need to. Everybody's asking about the Murphy special. Summertime's here. Don't wait. Book your appointment today, 615-236-9960, 615-236-9960. You're online at ContoursLLC.com. That's ContoursLLC.com. Tell them I sent you to Contours. Look as good as you feel. After all, what do you have to lose but inches?
1 minute past 4 p.m. I'm Jay Harper with your top stories. We'll have a forecast and an updated traffic report here in just a little bit. Well, it's still not clear whether international weapons inspectors will be able to monitor and access damaged nuclear sites in Iran. President Trump has said Iran is willing to allow them as part of the Memorandum of Understanding, but Iran denying that. There's also been talk from the Iranians about charging tolls for vessels that come through the Strait of Hormuz. But Secretary of State Marco Rubio says that is not part of the memorandum agreement.
I think the whole world will be against any mechanism that charges money to use an international waterway. It's that simple. The president's already said it. That's not going to happen. When we mean open the straits, we mean open the straits free in international waterways.
Well, researchers say mice, yes, mice, are evolving faster than thought, and getting rid of them may be harder because of the fact that these things are evolving. Here's ABC Sherry Preston.
Rutgers University scientist Changlu Wang has been studying mice for years, taking blood samples from rodents in New York, Philadelphia, and Washington, D.C., and says,
from those samples, we found that about 70% of the mice populations contain mutations.
Mutations that can make them resistant to traditional pesticides. Philadelphia exterminator Terrell Williams can attest.
What's happening is it's starting to take longer for the application to work.
As the mice evolve, experts say humans need to as well, focusing on prevention and sanitation instead of poisons.
Revenge of the mice. A new independent report is raising serious questions about Nashville Electric Service's response to January's winter storm. The review, conducted by PA Consulting, credits NES for its commitment to customers, but outlines several major shortcomings, including gaps in emergency preparedness and outdated operational systems. The report found NES struggled to integrate outside contractor help during restoration efforts, did not prioritize customer communication early in the storm, and waited too long to request outside assistance. The bottom line, according to the report, NES's infrastructure simply has not kept pace with Nashville's rapid growth. That is the latest news. Weather is on the way, as well as a traffic report. I'm Jay Harper, WTN News. .40 westbound at the I-440 exit. We have a crash blocking the left lane, and exit 201 at Charlotte Pike, another one there, 40 westbound, so just a few miles apart. Nolensville Pike at Old Hickory Boulevard, we have an accident. Also in Madison, Old Hickory Boulevard at Gallatin Pike, we have an injury crash. And Centennial Boulevard west of 52nd Avenue North, that a crash as well. And just coming in, a multi-vehicle crash now, 65 northbound at around mile marker 95. You've got the right lane blocked along with the right shoulder. Again, a multi-vehicle crash there. I'm Jay Harper.
Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Hello, friends. My name is Matt Murphy. This is the Matt Murphy Radio Show. Hour number 2 starts right now. Don't forget, we've got Cameron Smith coming up in the latter portions of the show today, a Wednesday edition. That means Cameron Smith will be along for the ride right after 5 o'clock. That will be after our conversation with a young person by the name of Austin Lee, who has made gotten a lot of attention over a postcard that he put out. I suppose this is to Murray County residents only. We'll find out from Austin himself. Austin Lee purports to be the president of the Murray County Young Republicans, but I have spoken with several members of the Murray County Republican Party, and they say that the Murray County Young Republicans, as a group, as a charter organization of the Tennessee Young Republicans, disbanded some years ago. There was just a lack of attendance, and you understand how these things go. If they're not cultivated, sometimes these organizations just kind of drift away. Well, this fella is now purporting to be a part of the Murray County Young Republicans, and he sent out a flyer that would support joining the Murray County Young Republicans in a way that, we just want to talk to him about it. He joins us at 5 o'clock today. I know that Scott Spicky has had a run-in or two with this young man, and maybe he'll have something to say about that after we exhaust some of the more important issues as we welcome back to the show Representative Scott Sapicki. Hello, Scott.
How you doing, Matt?
Pretty good. You all right?
Good day today.
Yeah?
Good information coming
you got some test scores today.
Yeah, we did.
And you seem very excited. I don't know if it's in my headphones, Ryan, or there we go.
How's that better?
That's much better. Thank you, brother. Talk to us.
So our TCAP scores came out, and we were looking for good results. Talked to Commissioner Reynolds. She told me to be patient, but she thought we were going to get good news, and we do have good news. Now, we are not done. We are by no means finished, but we are a long way from where we used to be 8 years ago. So when I came into the General Assembly 8 years ago, our literacy rate in third grade was about 27%.
Okay.
It is now 45 in third grade.
That's great.
45.
That's not acceptable, but boy, oh boy.
It's a lot better than coming on saying we're 27.
Yeah.
Now, our goal is to get everybody across the finish line, so we know we have a lot of work to do, and hopefully with the new governor coming in and possibly a new commissioner, that we have a governor coming in for once that the educational system's not broken. It's pretty good right now, right? On our NAEP scores, we're 17th in the country, so we are headed in the right direction. I think we need to double down and focus on doing things that just help us read and do math. But the thing I'm most happy about is normally when the kids get to sixth grade, because the nuances of education start to change.
Mm-hmm.
It gets more difficult, right? You're changing classrooms. You're moving to different teachers, right? Sixth grade normally falls off the table back into the 20s. The kids in sixth grade right now who took the TCAP were the kids back in third grade, Matt, when we started the third grade retention to get the help they needed. They're at 40%. They held.
Nice.
So we are in a very good path forward here, and I'm looking forward to another year in the General Assembly, continuing the work we've done, streamlining things, making things more effective for our teachers, And hopefully soon we can deliver 55, 60, 70, 75.
What does this, if anything, tell you about the efficacy of the Education Freedom Scholarship? I mean, do you believe that has benefited children? Is it hard to say yet, or do we need more time to crunch some of these numbers?
Well, those numbers are being crunched right now of the kids that were on the Education Freedom Scholarship. When those come out, obviously I'll let your listeners know what those numbers look like, because there is accountability where they have to report the test scores that the children have taken, so we can track the success of that program too. My gut feeling is those numbers will be very robust. We will have very good news on that. I know that we have applications that have bumped up on the 90 percentile. So by state law, those will increase at least 50%, subject to funding of the general. I'm sorry, not 50, 5%.
Right.
And then subject to funding of the General Assembly. So in education right now, Matt, we are headed in the right trajectory. We sit at 17th in the nation right now instead of when I took office at 47th. And now our goal is, and you know how this is in sports, when you're trying to climb over people in the top 20, it's tough.
So when did you get into the legislature?
2018.
Okay. Because you mentioned that as a benchmark for you. And you said English and language arts was where?
About 47th. Percentage-wise?
Yeah.
About 27%.
And we're now at 45.
Yes.
Math, where was it?
About 23, 24%.
And now we're at 43.
Yes.
And that's third grade, statewide proficiency.
Yes.
Statewide in the sixth grade, we've seen an increase from, about a 1% increase in English language arts, about a 1% decrease in math.
Yes.
Are you concerned with that math number at all?
No, because normally what we saw, like I said, is we saw that big drop off in sixth grade.
Right, and so we're not seeing that.
We're not
flat.
seeing that now.
Okay.
So we're actually holding the kids in sixth grade that were on grade level. Now we got to start looking at how do we grow those numbers.
What do you want to see as a continuation of this growth? I mean, is it?
So
is it possible for you to kind of look forward and try to predict?
Yeah, I think one of the things that I've already talked to Chairman White about this today. I think one of the things you're going to hear from the General Assembly when bills are presented next year in education, tell me how this helps our kids read or do math. That's what you got to be focused on. If you're going to get above the people in front of you now, these are some good states that have been doing it well for a while, right? They are laser focused on if it doesn't help us read or do math or write, we don't do it. Now, I understand there's a lot of good ideas on this and that, and maybe those get sent to the good ideas calendar and we take them up later on. But our laser focus is we've got to continue to march this number higher every year so that we're getting more and more kids on grade level so they can experience the opportunity of education.
That's some good news.
Good news.
I mean, we need that good news. Maybe some good news, depending on your point of view, with regard to Columbia Power and Water and some of the decision-making on the part of the state. We had Dustin Kittle. I know you know Dustin.
Yep.
He is an environmental attorney, and I think he's representing a couple of entities that would be impacted by the potential intake and sewer treatment facility that some in Columbia say is shovel-ready. And, people that have an understanding of what shovel-ready means are like, I don't know that we're exactly shovel-ready. But one way or the other, from your perspective, what happened with the state?
So I think the state had a lot of the same questions that a lot of us asked at the local level in the city council meetings. Is this the only solution? Can we not pause this and try to come up with a better solution? I think that what the funding board's looking for is they want to make sure before they allow a mid-level utility, it's about that's kind of size, this is a big borrowing for them, $500 million. And we got to make sure that in a possible shrinking customer base, because I know Murray County Water is finishing an intake that's going to get them 3 more million gallons to gain more independence from Columbia Power and Water and the potential to create Mount Pleasant as their water source instead of Columbia Power and Water. So the numbers
and by the way, Mount Pleasant, it's my understanding, is ready to go.
Yeah,
they've actively explored other options and opportunities for them in terms of buying water resources.
Well, if you look at it this way, and I'm doing this off the top of my head, so forgive me, but I think the new 3 million gallon pipeline from Murray County Water was about, let's say, $10 million, right? Okay, so you got to pay for it. So you're going to have to figure out a way to pay that through the ratepayers, right?
Yeah.
But if Columbia Power and Water borrows $500 million, one would think that that's going to be an exponentially more increase to your rates to cover that note.
Yes.
And here's what I want everybody to realize.
And if you lose customer base,
it even gets worse.
It gets worse. Yeah.
One thing I want everybody to realize is I have been knee deep in this thing for years now. And I went to TDEC and I asked TDEC, to Tennessee Department of Environmental Conservation, do we have a water crisis? And they testified in Columbia, there is no water crisis from the Duck River. We have the capacity. Now, I'm going to get with TDEC on this because I think their numbers are fudging here because maybe TDEC has their finger on the scale here a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But TDEC told me personally to my face that there's 19 more million gallons available that could be withdrawn from the Duck River. Okay. Now, remember when Dustin said they've approved 8,500 more homes?
Yeah.
Every million gallons, Matt, is roughly 4,000 hookups.
Okay.
I have 19 more million available. They've approved 8,500. That means I roughly need 2.5 more million gallons.
Mm-hmm.
The problem with Columbia Power and Water, and I agree with them on this, is not they need more water, is that they need a better process to clean it and deliver it. They need more capacity to clean and deliver it.
I was told by someone that I think should know in Murray County that the treatment, which is what you're discussing, is over 90% capacity.
Yes.
And so is it possible that the state could come back to the Columbia Power and Water Group and say, you know what, this intake, we're not doing that. We're going to figure some other things out. We'll loan you money for treatment facilities.
Correct.
But we're not loaning you money for intake facilities.
Right. The capacity increases with a new intake or with a new treatment center because now they can process more water to deliver to more people. And if Murray County uses that $3 million and they service themselves and Mount Pleasant, well, you just freed up 3 million gallons, which means you're there for the 8,500 homes that Dustin talked about.
So it begs the question then, and I asked Dustin this question, and he said it was a good question, but he didn't have an answer to it. They've already increased the rates.
Yes.
They've given themselves the ability to go up on the. So what happens if this gets shut down by the state? Are they going to go back down to the original rates? Or I think there's going to be a lawsuit.
Well, if they do not get approved by the state, remember they can go to the bond market themselves and try to borrow the money themselves. Now, that type of borrowing, I believe, because it's so big for that city, that utility, would probably still have to be approved by the comptroller to make sure, and the treasurer make sure that those numbers make sense, right? In a possible shrinking customer base.
So Dustin Kittle was of the opinion that this is all, regardless of whether they get denied by the state, that this is Columbia Power and Water attempting to position themselves as the tip of the spear when the regional water authority gets put into place.
100%. This is power. It's a power grab. I've already seen and talked to people about regionalization. I think you've had Jason Gilliam talking about regionalization.
Sure.
It makes sense to spread and mitigate the risk over multiple utilities. I think a pipeline from the Tennessee River. Now, remember, when we say pipeline, Matt, we're not building a pipeline from Tennessee River up to Columbia. We may just have to have a pipeline like down in Waynesboro, process the water down there, and because everybody's interconnected, you could have 100 million gallons. Now, I don't want 400,000 more homes in Middle Tennessee. Do you?
No,
because it'll ruin who we are. But
as long as they stay away from Mount Pleasant.
I hear you. As long as we address the needs, and here's what's got to happen, right? You got to start asking people who are running for local office, what are your plans on growth?
Mm-hmm.
You got to start pinning them down on that.
Look, I talked to some of the local officials in Mount Pleasant. I've gotten to know a few of them.
Mm-hmm.
We have these great music on the porch events that, and you ought to come out sometime. We'd love to see you.
I spent a lot of time down there.
Well, last Saturday night? It was great. We had a good time down on Main Street. And they tell me that it's just for a local community like Mount Pleasant or even Columbia. Columbia's a little over 50,000 people. Yeah. It's a careful balancing act to do not lose the spirit of the city. Do not bow to the altar of growth against the judgment of the people that are already there. Right so you've got to balance those two things. That you don't want to remain stagnant. You want to grow, but you want to grow at a rate that everybody's comfortable with. And sadly, a lot of the lure for some of these incoming political figures is, let's grow as fast as we possibly can and get big, big, big. And that's just not the way to do it.
Well, remember this. It's grow and get big, big, big because of MONEY.
Yeah.
Everybody
Yeah.
pays property tax. Everybody
Above
pays
board, below,
right.
sometimes under the table,
it's
whatever.
flowing everywhere. And the thing I was, and I'm going to take a swipe at him here a little bit. I'm disappointed in Chaz Mulder. I think we witnessed a politician at the funding board. It was ridiculous about how he was for the people and fighting for the people and the people this, and then he gets up here and says, we got a water crisis, we got to have this. That's not true, folks.
So as we were talking to Dustin, and it just bears repeating, Chaz Mulder championed this increase.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes.
Yes.
He pushed it. He encouraged people. He twisted arms. He did everything in his power to get it through. And then when it came down to vote for it, he voted against it. He voted against it because he knew he had the votes.
Well, he voted against it because he knew if he voted for it, he would not be a congressman.
Well, that's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
He knew he had the votes to get it through, first and foremost.
Right.
And he knew he had the ability to vote against it, so he gets to run around
Right.
the 5th Congressional District now saying, hey, I voted against it. I wasn't for it. And that is just the slimiest type of politician.
If they're willing to do that in Columbia,
What are they willing to do?
what are they
in
doing
Washington?
in Washington?
Good gracious. It's a good question. 1221 says, tell Sapicki if he becomes commissioner, I'll be losing a hell of a good representative, and I ain't happy about that, says 1221. He better find someone to fill his shoes, and that ain't easy because he's a big old boy.
Oh. Well.
Hey, look, I don't write these. I just read them.
Ever since we've met, I've been very passionate about education.
I do.
It solves a lot of our problems in life. And I think one of the biggest problems it solves is the guest you got coming up, the ignorance factor.
Whew.
And we've got to get these kids understanding, because like John DeBerry told me, I told you this before, our kids are going to go to a time and place, Matt, that you and I aren't going to be there.
Yeah,
and they've got to know.
We'll talk about that a little down the road. Nathan and Chris want to get involved in the conversation. Representative Sapicki with us for the better part of the hour. It's 23 after the hour on Super Talk 99.7 WT. Hello, friends. Matt Murphy for the Wellness Institute of Nashville. Hey, Jackson, do me a favor while you're not doing anything back there. Would you call Dr. Kevin Mitchell and see if he works on tongues? I need some tongue relief. I bit my tongue. I need something. I don't know if he does E-stim or tongue decompression. Maybe the hydro wave could help me out with my tongue. I don't think he does tongues. He does just about everything else. Back pain, neck pain, knee pain, hip pain, elbow pain. If you hurt on your person, maybe not your tongue, but anywhere else, they can assist you at the Wellness Institute of Nashville. As a matter of fact, give them a call. See if they do tongue relief. 615-246-5009. Right now, Dr. Kevin Mitchell is going to be getting calls. And he's like, why in the heck are people asking me about tongues? What's going on over there at Super Talk? 615-246-5009 for our friends at the Wellness Institute. In all seriousness, folks, if you're in pain, constant pain, regular pain, just low grade, that low level variety, you don't have to live like this. There are options for you. They have an epic spinal special that goes on, $33 off every visit, no surgery, no injections, no painkillers, no downtime. The Wellness Institute of Nashville. Go to painisbad.com, painisbad.com. Tell Dr. Kevin Mitchell and the rest of the team that Matt Murphy sent you to the Wellness Institute.
Coming up at the bottom of the hour, the president and Congress in a standoff. And good news for Spring Hill, Tennessee, we'll explain. And also we'll have today's closing money news. That's at 4:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Super Talk 99.7 WTN, Matt Murphy and the Matt Murphy Radio Show. Cameron Smith coming up in the second half of the show. Young man by the name of Austin. I say young man. I mean, he looks like a young fellow. Austin Lee is going to be with us in the 5 o'clock hour. Representative Scott Sapicki, who has some experience with this guy, is with us right now. I think I've got enough time to get a question in from Nathan in Gallatin. Nathan, you're on with Scott Sapicki. What's up?
Hey, guys. I'm an 18-year educator, 16 years in special education at the middle school level, and then the past 2 years I've taught math at the grade school level in 5th and 4th grades. So I just was wondering, what was the conversations being had surrounding special education? Because I've been in both sides of the spectrum, on the low end and the high end, teaching special education, and I've also been in the regular education classroom. And what I experienced and what I know is that teachers can't push students as much as we need to because of all the levels of inclusion and stuff like that. But I want to know what conversations were being had of meeting students where they need to be and getting back to like extended resource classrooms and being able to push the kids that way. Because it seems like if we have a division of the extended resource classroom, inclusion classrooms, and advanced classrooms across all spectrums or grades of the education system, it would raise all ships, if you know what I mean. Rising tide, raises all ships. But a teacher can't meet the needs of a student that is so far below the grade level and legally meet their required IEP, and also continue to push those students that deserve to be pushed and could possibly reach advanced levels and push our numbers higher.
Hey, Nathan,
that was my question.
Nathan, can you hold on for a second? Do you mind?
Sure.
Okay, I'm going to put you on hold, and I'm going to ask Scott Sapicki to hold with his answer for a moment. We've got news coming up. I hate to tease everyone, although, it's kind of a way to keep you listening. By the way, if you want to get everyone's attention who's involved in radio, say the word ships on the air. And every radio person, I saw Jay Harper, I saw Ryan, I saw Jackson and Matt Murphy all went, what? Oh, ships. Got it. Super Talk 99.7 WTN. And it's time for the news.
It is 31 minutes now past 4 p.m. I'm Jay Harper with your top stories. We'll get you another traffic report as well as a full weather forecast. The president saying he's not going to sign that bipartisan piece of legislation that would have reformed the housing market. The bill aims to promote new home construction and bars private equity firms from buying houses. All but 5 senators voted in favor of the bill. But now the president says he's not going to sign it until the Save America Act is passed. The president met with congressional Republicans on Capitol Hill today. ABC's Jay O'Brien says the housing bill was a central topic of discussion.
What is the housing bill that has really been a priority of a number of Republicans? It passed by broad bipartisan margins in both the House and the Senate. What is the future of that like? That's the immediate question. That's the question you weren't really expecting this morning. That's the new thing, because President Trump only today said he wasn't going to sign it. And then the other question, the more higher level question, the question that we were preparing for going into today is, what is the future of the Trump agenda like?
Back here in Tennessee, Middle Tennessee, in fact, just down the road, General Motors announcing a $275 million investment in its Spring Hill manufacturing complex, including plans to build a future Cadillac vehicle and upgrades to support continued engine production. The automaker said $150 million will be invested in the Spring Hill vehicle assembly plant, which will become the production site for a future Cadillac model. The investment will expand the facility into a 5-vehicle operation, producing 2 electric vehicles and 3 gas-powered vehicles. An additional $125 million will be invested in the Spring Hill engine plant to support the company's 2.7-liter engine program. GM, however, not releasing when all this will get underway. Let's turn to the market numbers report. It's brought to you by Beacon Capital Management. They're online at beaconcm.com. And to deliver it, here's Chuck Sievertson.
It's a mixed bag for stocks on Wall Street, with big tech weighing down some sectors, but falling oil prices buoying others. The Dow added 183 points. The Nasdaq lost 110. The S&P slipped 7 points. The tech sector lost ground for the third straight day, especially those focused on artificial intelligence. Anticipation was high for Micron Technology, which reports its latest earnings after the close. Investors appear to be questioning if AI can deliver the profits needed to justify heavy spending. Oil prices fell to their lowest levels since early March as oil tankers moved through the Strait of Hormuz. Brent crude, the international standard, fell to $74 a barrel. The National Taxpayer Advocate says the IRS did better than expected in issuing refunds during the 2026 tax season, despite massive cuts to its workforce. Oregon-based robotics firm Agility Robotics is going public on Wall Street.
That's the latest news, traffic, and weather. They're coming up. I'm Jay Harper, WTN News. We have picked up an injury crash on the North Loop, 65 northbound at Rosa Parks Boulevard. The left lane still blocked. 40 westbound at I-440. That would be exit 206. There is a crash there. It's been there a while. I believe traffic cameras were showing tow trucks and stuff there, so hopefully that'll be out of there in a little bit. Old Hickory Boulevard at Highway 70S in Bellevue, that an injury crash. And up in Madison, Old Hickory Boulevard at Gallatin Pike, an injury wreck reported there. I'm Jay Harper.
Hello, friends. It's Matt Murphy for The Glock Store. The Glock Store offers an incredible opportunity for you to engage in training in a way that maybe you've never done it before. If you've never seen the incredible Shoot 270 rooms, never lanes, rooms, then I want you to get firearm training done the right way. Only at the Glock Store. It's one-on-one training in private shooting rooms with professional instructors. Every room features a multiple full-sized target environment that can be moved around, right? So they can change this every time you go for a variety of distances and angles. No two sessions are the same, nor should they be. And you train in real-life situations. You learn to draw. You learn to fire from concealed carry holsters. Basically, every time you finish Shoot 270 training, you leave a safer, more accurate, more confident, and competent gun owner. Whether it's your first session or your 50th, they guarantee it. I know that I've been multiple times, and after my first session, I honestly knew, folks, that I would not train on lanes anymore. It's uncomparable when it comes to the level of real-world training that you get. So go to shoot270.com, book a session today. That's shoot270.com, only at the Glock Store. They are minutes away from the airport and worth the drive from anywhere. Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Matt Murphy here. Scott Zapicki with us. Nathan was on the line with an education question. We're going to get back to that in just a moment. Chris is on the line as well. If you have any questions for Representative Zapicki regarding education or otherwise, 615-737-9986, 615-737-9986, 6170. I always love these. Y'all, I look at the super text line. I promise you, it is a part of what we do. Phone line, super text line, social media platforms. There's a lot going on. There's all sorts of platforms, YouTube chat. So I promise you, I look and I try to see as many of your comments as I possibly can. And I don't get to all of them, but I try. 6173 is mad at me. I just saw, okay, don't answer me, friend. And I'm like, ooh, well, let's see what this was all about. Here's what this was all about. I just tuned into your show, Matt. I don't know what you're talking about right now. You're in a commercial. But everybody's talking about Marsha Blackburn running for the governorship of Tennessee. But who's running to take over her seat? No one's talking about that. Or is it going to be an appointment? That's a good question. And I can answer it very succinctly. It is the governor's responsibility to appoint a replacement for a vacant Senate seat, U.S. Senate seat in the state of Tennessee. Now, that vacancy only occurs when Marsha Blackburn resigns from her Senate position. So
or the election's certified and she's sworn in.
Very good. So the conventional wisdom is that, and I'm not speaking from any sort of authority position. I'm just saying from the people that I talk to, Marsha wants to make that appointment herself. I mean, she could, after election, resign, and then Bill Lee would make the appointment, right? Before she is sworn in as governor. Mm-hmm. But I don't think she's going to do that. I think she's going to continue her role as U.S. Senator until such time as she is, maybe she resigns the day before, right before, one way or the other. Marsha Blackburn will be making that appointment. And then I think it's the next statewide election process afterwards, so 2 years later, that we'll see a statewide vote on that Senate seat. I believe that last part's correct. Now, back to Nathan. Nathan, you asked a great question, and it merited a little further discussion, and I didn't want to hang up on you. I wanted you to be here so that you could follow up if need be. Scott, your response to Nathan's question?
Yeah, Nathan, so what we're trying to do, yes, we've had those conversations about how we can tailor a classroom for not only the students but for the teachers to better address where these students are and group them together in a way that, number one, if you have a group of students that you want to push, that you're able to push them. If you also have a group of students that, like you said, are behind or have IEPs that require greater intervention or better help, then we can put possibly a teacher's assistant in that classroom to put two teachers in a classroom to help get these kids caught up. But here's the overlying problem. We need the Federal Department of Education to give us that flexibility to be able to do that. And so one of the things we've done, like we have done with TennCare, is we're asking for them to block grant us the money down to give us the flexibility as a state to administer education on how we see fit to deliver the results that we all want. Hope that answered your question.
That definitely did. Now, and again, my stance comes also personal because I do have a couple daughters that I adopted that do have IEPs, mm-hmm. and their needs are in that, and that is an area that I worked in. But mm-hmm. Do you feel like the federal government, that's something that they would be willing to do? Because I know we're going to be seeing all kinds of lawsuits saying you can't do that. And I understand where parents don't want their children, quote unquote, labeled, right. Of being in a special ed classroom, but we're not helping anyone by doing that. As a teacher, I'm going to teach. And I'm going to teach every kid to the best of my ability, but at the same time, I know my limitations. And even with an assistant, I guess you could say, in there, a lot of times that doesn't cut it, and it needs to almost be co-teachers. And I know those districts don't have the money to have two teachers in a classroom, especially in a math area where, we have a teacher shortage.
Right.
And so that's, I know it's just one domino to fall, but that was just some questions and concerns I have. But I did leave education this past year. I really don't have plans of going back, unfortunately. But I feel like I'm being led in a different direction. I just couldn't handle it and be a teacher and be a dad at home to the kids that I needed to be. So I had to give up something.
Well, the one thing I can tell you, Nathan, is watch what we do in Memphis. We've got probably 40 to 50 schools that are below 50% capacity that probably need to be closed and combined, and then take those teaching assets and use them in those schools to put multiple teachers in classrooms to start to get these kids caught up in Memphis that are so far behind.
Okay.
Nathan, thank you.
Thank you so much for your response.
Well, and thank you for your time, Nathan. Speaking of Memphis, just a real quick aside, we saw some new numbers out of Memphis, and they're really, really, really good. This task force that descended on Memphis, a combination of local, state, and federal authorities, have really dropped crime. I mean, in a very, very measurable way. I was looking at some of the numbers. There's a 44% reduction in murders compared to 2025. That motor vehicle thefts have fallen dramatically. Nearly 2,000 fewer vehicles reported stolen this year. That's a decline of 62%. I mean, this just goes to show you. I mean, Rudy Giuliani taught us this in New York years ago. Yeah. That if you focus on the smaller stuff and you demand more of your residents on the small stuff, you'll get good results on the small stuff and the big stuff.
When you take this, what we've done with the Memphis Safe Task Force, and you team it with what we've done with education now in Memphis, our goal is to unlock the opportunities, the potential of what Memphis used to be. Mm-hmm. And if we can get that firing on all cylinders, both economically, tourism-wise, and academically, I think you're going to see the Crescent City come back to what it used to be.
Chris is up next out of Smyrna with a question about water in Columbia, I assume. Chris, hello.
Hello. Thank you for taking my call.
Yeah.
Hey, my question is about water and data center use. And I think it sheds more light. My understanding is a data center will have its own cooling system, not unlike a car. So once you get their initial water, then they're pretty well sustained. They just rotate that water through the system.
Yeah, they recycle it. Yes.
It is required now that when you build a new data center, it has to be a closed loop system.
Mm-hmm.
Now there's a certain percentage of bleed off, but it's greatly reduced.
Kind of like a car wash.
Yeah, and then with the small modular reactors, they can pretty much, once we make the initial investment of the water and the small modular reactor, they become self-sufficient. Now, I don't know how the cougars and the cheetahs and the elephants and stuff like that are gonna feel about it, by the zoo. But I think we need to be ever present and ever mindful about there is a way to do this, and just do it cautiously.
Well, rather think there's besides nuclear, there's also a company called Bloom Energy that has on-site fuel cell that they can put together in 3 to 6 months and give them all the electricity they need. That's all off of fuel cells. Are you familiar with that company?
I've heard of it. I'm not real deeply familiar, but that's stuff that I have to study on.
Chris, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for the telephone call. I want to get to Greg in Columbia before we have to move on to a couple of other things and say goodbye to Sapiki. Hey, Greg, how are you?
Hey, Matt, how you doing?
Great.
Hey, hello, Scott.
How you doing, sir?
Man? I'm in Columbia. Been here a long time. 1973. They approved the Columbia Dam project. It began in 1973. TVA spent about $90 million. If you ever look at a picture of a dam, concrete dam, you could have went out there in 1983, 10 years later, and see a dam standing next to the Duck River. It looked about complete except for some grading work and this, that, and the other, and to move the river back through the dam.
Mm-hmm.
It was stopped for a pearly mussel. A pearly mussel. Because I was in radio full time back then. I covered this every inch of the way. I went to a hearing, and I'll never forget it. Up in Nashville, there were attorneys from Boston down here. And their stuff on the tables they were sitting at was stacked up, 3 feet high. They were fighting because of this pearly mussel.
Greg, I don't mean to rush you here, but I mean, yes. So we've got a revitalization of the dam movement by a group in Columbia. Is that kind of your reference point?
Well, my reference point is for people that haven't lived there this long. When the Normandy Dam was built in Shelbyville, the plans through the Upper Duck River Development Agency, which is an official organization, the Columbia Dam was on that map to be built to help with flooding and water, have enough water in the future. PBA spent all this money, and my point is, Scott might know, are they still taking money out of our water bill for that Upper Duck River Development Agency? And it's a shame that all these people that have been in office in this area since 1973 till now, there's new people there, I know, but nothing's been done. And I just got a bill in appraisal to show my appraisal of my home in May of this year. It went up $80,000.
Greg, thank you for the call. Scott?
So the answer is yes, they still are collecting, I think it's 5 cents on every 1,000 gallons. I believe that's what the number is. The Duck River Agency has used that for numerous enhancements on the Duck River for better access, things like that, to try to make it better. On the Columbia Dam issue, yes, there is Congressman Ogles is supposedly getting an appropriation for a feasibility study. Now, the one thing I want to tell everybody is there's two components to this dam. One is the feasibility study.
Mm-hmm.
The second part is all the law that's going to have to be changed to let a dam be built.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of state law, there's a lot of federal law that's going to have to be changed. And so there's a lot of hurdles. It's not whether or not it's feasible that it's going to hold water or whatever it's going to do, is what all has to change on the other end to even allow it to happen. And the cost potentially to Murray County for stream mitigation credits is about $1.2 billion.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
Is the constitutional amendment vote going to be on the primary ballot or on the November ballot?
And that's the one. The one I want to talk real quick about is I want everybody, please, to vote yes on 2. That's the second one. And the reason why is that is eliminating the ability for the General Assembly to have a state property tax.
Ever.
Currently, we have a state property tax. The General Assembly just has it set at 0.
Mm-hmm.
We want to shift that through a constitutional amendment like we did with the income tax.
Yeah.
That makes it a constitutional issue. Therefore, there are additional protections that we will never have a state property tax.
It's an important conversation we need to have from now until November.
Yeah, yes,
we need to make sure people understand because I tell you, I'm a predisposition that when I go in and if I've not had, and in my line of work, normally I'm pretty up on these issues, but if I find something that I'm not sure of, I vote no. I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, it's just my natural predisposition. On this issue, though, you need to vote yes, and we need to make sure that people understand it.
And you got to remember, for a constitutional amendment to pass in the state of Tennessee, I believe you have to have 50% plus 1 of all those who vote for the governor.
Okay.
So if you don't vote on that constitutional amendment, that's just like voting no.
Okay.
Because you need that vote.
Because you need those yes votes to add up.
Right.
All right. Speaking in the final 30 seconds, I got Austin Lee coming on. Are you familiar with this cat?
Yes, I had a brief encounter with Mr. Lee on Monday at the Republican Party. I believe that when he comes on, I believe he's going to espouse things that, if you go back and check your history books, were espoused in Germany in the 1930s.
So I just need to find out more about who this dude is, and he's purporting that he's a part of the Republican Party organizational structure. I don't believe that that's the case at all.
That's not true. I've talked to Jason Gilliam, who's the head of the Republican Party in Murray County. We do not have an active young Republican Party in Murray County.
Okay. Well, we'll talk to him in just a couple of minutes. He's throwing some flyers down in Murray County. Austin Lee comes up next on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. What is up, fellas? Let me talk to you for just a moment about your health. Men's Centric Health was brought to us in 2014 by our friend Evan Bass at the Tennessee Men's Clinic. He understands that male health issues are just different than women's health issues. I mean, obviously, especially when we're talking about relationships, intimacy, energy, testosterone. All of these things are involved in getting older. All of these things, at least some of them, can drop off as you get older. Energy level and testosterone levels being two of those. If this is the case for you, well, do you know, first and foremost? If you don't know, you need to know through the Tennessee Men's Clinic. And when they find out what's going on in your body, for less than $100, by the way, you go into one of their fine facilities. They have 4, and I'm going to tell you where those are in just a moment. You go into one of their fine facilities. They'll give you a comprehensive examination, get a little blood work, figure out what's happening inside of your body the same day for less than $100, $99 for that initial appointment. Plus, they're going to develop a plan of action that day to get you back in the ball game, and that's what it's all about, man. So, if you are in Cool Springs, location for you. Old School, Midtown, location for you. Up in Clarksville, don't worry, they've got you covered. And now the brand new spot in Murfreesboro. It's Tennessee Men's Clinic. Go to TennesseeMen'sClinic.com, TennesseeMen'sClinic.com, or give them a call at 615-208-9090.
1 minute past 5 p.m. I'm Jay Harper with your top stories. Weather forecast and another traffic report are coming up. So was last night's New York City primary wins for Mayor Zohran Mamdani-backed candidates a sign of the political times. At least two Mamdani-endorsed members of the Democratic Socialists of America bested Democrat incumbents in New York City. Many believe the blessing of their self-described DSA mayor helped bring out the voters. But President Trump says he's not worried currently about widespread support for DSA candidates at the local level or in a run for the White House.
Well, it should make it easier for Republicans because most of the nation is composed of sane people. They don't want to, if you look throughout history, go back thousands of years, you've always had socialism and communism by different names. It's never ever worked.
The president also hinting that Turkey should be very happy with an upcoming decision that he's planning to announce during an Oval Office sit-down with NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte. President met with that man today, and he shared with the press that the sale of fighter jets to the country would likely happen soon.
Mr. Secretary General clearly pointed out that allies want to do defense business with you, and Turkey is definitely one of them. Absolutely. They want the F-110 jet engines, and they want the F-35 fighter jets. Are you going to Turkey with a big gift bag?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. Look, he's a member of NATO. Some people don't consider him so, but he really is. He's a strong member of NATO. Yeah, I'm going to probably do something that's going to make him very happy.
Well, President Trump criticized NATO members for their lack of support during the U.S.-Iran conflict. He did host the Secretary General, whom you just heard. He applauded, the Secretary General did. He applauded the U.S. military action in the Middle East.
You've seen last week with the G7, all the leaders in the G7 applauding the fact that his nuclear capability has been degraded. This is extremely important, and I just want to make this clear, because sometimes people think, why was this whole Iran thing going on? This is about security, about safety.
Meanwhile, the Trump administration has reported dozens of crossings in the Strait of Hormuz since the MOU signing and insists there will be nuclear inspections despite contradictions from Iran. Today, the UN's nuclear watchdog announced it will be inspecting nuclear sites in Iran under the terms of the Memorandum of Understanding. And a man and a woman in London, Kentucky, they were arrested after police noticed that their car was parked in an employees-only parking space last week. Police checked out the car, and they found a big old bag in the back seat that was had a big old label on it that said, "Definitely not a bag full of drugs." Well, turns out it was a bag full of drugs. It contained meth, pot, and drug paraphernalia. Damon Bennett and Tricia Crowley were arrested on the spot. They sound like nincompoops. That's the latest news. We've got traffic and weather coming up. I'm Jay Harper, WTN News. We still have this injury crash in the Metro Center area, 65 northbound at Rosa Parks Boulevard. Gallatin Pike South, just south of Neely's Bend Road in Madison. That a new accident. 65 southbound, the off-ramp to Wedgewood. It's partially blocked in the Belmont area. We have a crash there. Old Hickory Boulevard and Highway 70S in Bellevue, an injury accident being cleared up. And also Nolensville Pike at Old Hickory Boulevard, a crash. I'm Jay Harper. Super Talk 99.7 WTN. My name is Matt Murphy. This is the Matt Murphy Radio Show. Thank you for being with us. 8 minutes after the hour. I'm glad you've decided to join us. We've got 2 more hours to go. Cameron Smith will be along a few minutes from now. I was unfamiliar with Austin Lee until I became familiar with him based on a number of news stories that came out regarding a flyer that he sent out in Murray County, and we reached out to Austin to ask him to be on with us, and he agreed to be on with us. He joins us via Google Meet, I guess it is, and we appreciate his time today on the Matt Murphy Radio Show. Austin, good afternoon. Welcome in.
Hey, good afternoon. Thank you for having me.
Well, it's my pleasure. You are, or at least you say that you're the president of the Murray County Young Republicans, correct?
That's correct, and that's one thing I want to set straight for the record, that I am indeed the president of that chapter.
Yes. When were you elected to that post?
So the situation in Murray County was such that the club was largely, it had become inactive, right? And so there's a process that the Young Republicans have by which an inactive club can be, reactivated, right? There's a handover from former leadership, but that's kind of where I took over the chapter. Now,
so the question was, when you were elected to the post?
No, so I can say there was no election, but that's typical because there was a handover from a president, a previous leader.
A handover from whom, sir?
I won't name his name out of respect for him.
What?
I won't name his name out of respect for him.
Wait, so are you saying? Okay, so you're saying? I'm not challenging you on this. I'm just trying to make sure I understand it. So there was a president of the Murray County Young Republicans, and the chapter went defunct. It kind of ceased to exist through membership loss or whatever.
Yeah, just people not being active.
And the former president of the Murray County Young Republicans handed the presidency over to you. Is that what you're saying?
That is correct. And I went through all of the steps that were mandated to ensure that I became the legitimate leader of that chapter.
What steps were those, sir?
I'm not going to get into that, but I'll leave it at that.
Wait a minute. No. Mm-hmm. I'm asking you what steps you took to declare yourself the president of the Murray County Young Republicans.
I hear your question. And what I'll say is that I did each step that was required by the Young Republicans to become the legitimate leader of that chapter.
Yeah, so and this is a part of the Tennessee Young Republican group, the Tennessee Young Republican Federation. Mm-hmm. Why are they disavowing your presidency?
Because they disagree with my politics.
Well, they also disagree that you engaged in the proper paperwork and the proper process to become the legitimate president. And so I'm asking you to detail that proper process for us so that you can demonstrate that you are, in fact, as you claim to be on your flyer, the president of the Murray County Young Republicans.
No, this is a very important topic, and I'm not saying I won't do that at some point. I don't think that this is the medium by which I will choose to do that.
Well, I mean, Austin, you don't get to decide. You don't get to decide what we do and what we don't do on this medium. So I'm asking you. I'm asking you.
I choose which questions I answer.
You're purporting to be the president of the Murray County Young Republicans. How many people? How many people are currently in your chapter?
So you've become hostile already during this interview. I'm not going to answer any other questions with respect to those minutia. However, I am willing to talk about my politics. As you prefaced when we first were setting up this interview, I am happy to share the content of the mailer and talk about my political ideas.
You say it says on the mailer. Okay, let's talk about the mailer. Okay, fair, sure. Fair. On the mailer, it says support Austin Lee. Join the Murray County Young Republicans. I want to join the Murray County Young Republicans, Austin. How many people are currently in your group?
So I'm not going to disclose, as I said, any further information on that line of thinking. However, if you could keep reading the flyer, I think that would be a good direction for the interview to move in.
Okay, so you want to interview yourself, or you want me to do the interview?
I want to talk about what was on that mailer, and I want to talk about the ideas.
All right, it says, if you love America like I do, please join me in this struggle. You're asking them to join. You're asking them to join. You're asking them to join. No. Austin.
On the mailer.
Austin, calm down. Austin, calm down. I conduct the interview, so I ask the questions and you answer the questions.
No. That's not how it goes. I am your guest.
Oh, really?
Which means I choose which questions that I want to answer.
Mm-hmm. Is that how it goes, Austin?
That is how it goes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Austin, what is the Great Replacement?
So that is something that I would love to get into. Thank you for asking.
You're welcome, Austin.
As I stipulate in my flyer, I actually provide a fairly good definition. The Great Replacement is the deliberate replacement of white Americans with non-white foreigners.
Mm-hmm.
That is what the Great Replacement is. It is a bad thing.
Who is doing that?
There are numerous groups that are participating in it. Jews are the ones that you want me to get me to say. And yes, they are participating.
Whoa. What do you say? I didn't bring up Jews. You brought up Jews.
Very clear.
When have I? You're telling me what I want you to do? Do you know? Have I ever met you?
Oh no, but I know enough about you already.
Have we ever spoken before? Have we ever spoken before today, Austin?
This is not a complex game, man. I know how this goes.
Yeah, no, so I do too. I do too. You're standalone. You don't really represent this group. You don't really. You won't tell us how you got appointed to this. I know about Austin. I know about your buddy. I know about Aaron Miller. I know about your background. Who paid for the flyer? Who paid for the flyer?
I would blame.
Who paid for the flyer? Who paid for the flyer? Who paid for the flyer?
Did you hear my last comment?
Who paid for the flyer?
I hear your question. I'm not going to answer any further detailed questions like that on this radio show. However, I am, like you asked, willing to discuss the ideas presented.
Austin, do you purport to be a real man?
What kind of a question is that? Come on.
Do you purport to be a real man?
No, I heard the question. What kind of question is that?
I'm asking you to answer it. Yes or no?
Well, yeah, that's when we ask questions. Mm-hmm. I'm asking you, why are you asking such a silly question?
I want to follow up on the question based on your answer. Are you a real man or not?
Sure. I'll follow up on
But you are not man enough to answer basic questions.
Liberals.
You're not man enough to answer.
That I would primarily blame for participating in carrying out the Great Replacement. White liberals, like Democrats. They're the ones doing it.
Okay, so white liberals are the ones doing it.
There are multiple groups participating.
Okay. Yes, so on your flyer, you say that you want men in charge, right? Is that correct, Austin?
Are you asking that that's what it says, or that's?
Yeah, no. I just want you to. You wanted to. You asked me before the interview if you were allowed to read the flyer. I'm reading the flyer to you, buddy. So I'm just trying to help you out. I'm just trying to help you out.
Yeah, no, that's great. Okay, I'll go ahead and read the entire flyer.
No. I want to focus on the men in charge. Does this mean that you do not? Does this mean that the men in charge piece? Does this mean
the invader?
Austin.
Number 3.
Austin, this is sad.
Traitor.
Or what are you doing?
Number 4. Ban Islam and Hinduism.
Right.
Number 5. No wars for Jews. Number 6. Men in charge.
Right.
And on the back.
And then it says Tennessee
fellow
Republicans.
Patriot.
Yeah.
Non-white foreigners have invaded our country and are replacing white Americans.
Yeah.
Efforts at mass deportations have failed. No one is coming to save us. We must solve this problem ourselves. If you love America, like I do, please join me in this struggle. Your descendants will pay the price for the security afforded by your inaction. Please contact me at austinlee.link. That's AUSTINLEE.LINK. That is my website. Please get in touch. I appreciate it.
So did you only send this flyer to males?
I can't be 100% sure that is the case, but that was certainly my intention.
Why did you not send it to females?
I don't believe that women belong in politics. I think that the franchise for women is a clear indication of civilizational decline. And I think it is one of the primary reasons that Western civilization is where it is, which is on the brink of annihilation. I think that women must be disfranchised from politics and men must lead.
Do you believe that women should be allowed to be teachers of young boys?
I'm going to restrict the conversation to the question of political franchise.
What?
And my answer to your question is women should not have the political franchise.
Is this a hard question for you? I mean, should women
I have already provided the answer that I'm willing to provide.
Well, you expect people to follow you with these types of answers?
Yes.
You do? Okay.
I do. And I expect that they will.
So,
I think
you are wrong. You are wrong, buddy. You are very, very wrong. I mean, you're very misguided, and you don't seem very intelligent either. But so punish, you ban Islam and Hinduism. So if someone practices a religion of their own choosing, like Hinduism, for example, in the United States of America, how are you going to ban that?
Well, the mechanics of how to carry out these things are worth discussing.
I'm glad you feel so, Austin.
That I believe that there is a legal avenue that can be achieved to carry out each of these objectives.
It's called a constitutional amendment.
Of religious practice.
It's called the constitutional amendment.
We have a constitution, and that can be amended. So, whatever legal route by which we could ban Islam and ban Hinduism, I would support that, whether it's a constitutional amendment or some other legal process by which we
what other legal process would there be, Austin? There's not another legal process available to you.
Western country, for that matter.
So you want to change the First Amendment of the Constitution?
Certainly, I would like to ban Islam.
What about Hinduism?
I would like to ban Hinduism.
Are there any other religions that you would like to ban in America?
I would like to ban Islam and Hinduism, and that's what I'm prepared to speak to.
So not Judaism? You don't want to ban Judaism?
As I said, I would ban Islam and Hinduism.
And that's it?
Now, I'm not commenting on any other religions.
No.
I would just ban Islam, and I would ban Hinduism.
Okay. But no other faiths?
I'm not commenting on any other religion. I would ban Islam, and I would ban Hinduism.
So maybe.
Maybe down the road there might be another religion that you would ban once you get that constitutional amendment passed. Do you believe, Austin, that all men are created equal?
No, absolutely not. Equality does not exist in nature, and the pursuit of equality is the primary central component of liberalism. It is a nightmarish ideology that has become a pseudo-religion. And, when I look at nature, right, I do not see equality. I see hierarchy. And this is a very important point, so thank you for asking.
You're welcome, Austin.
If you take 20 men and you say, all right, get online, run a quarter-mile race. Those who say that equality does exist and that all men are created equal literally would expect that all of them would finish that race at the same time. We know that doesn't happen. And this seems like a fairly ridiculous way to explain this concept. But the reality is very important. When people say all men are created equal, they literally do mean that, right? They literally do mean that there are not important, meaningful distinctions between different humans. And there absolutely are. People are not equal. And what happens when you try to pursue radical egalitarianism with groups of people and individuals that are not equal is you have to resort to tyranny to try to equalize them. This leads to a constant pursuit of an unachievable goal. That's how you get things like the Jacobins in the French Revolution. That's how you get these insane things like, Mao's pursuits of total equality when, it's not going to happen. I mean, Cambodia, another great example with Pol Pot, the constant and obsessive pursuit of equality is the primary nightmarish ideology that I fight against.
Yeah, so you're asking people via your flyer to support you. And in order to garner that support, it has been my experience in the 26 years that I've done this, Austin, that people want to know a little more about the individual asking for support. So where were you born?
All of these are great questions. I'm not going to answer them on your show for sure. But I am willing to talk about the ideas that I presented in the flyer. Do you have any other questions about my political views?
Where did you grow up?
Did you hear my question?
I did. Where did you grow up?
Do you have any follow-up questions about my political views?
No, do you believe that a person's background, their educational experience is important in order to ascertain for you whether or not you would support or follow that person?
I think this. If I was living,
these aren't hard, man.
As a normal apolitical person,
hey, can we talk like humans?
Things that I believe,
Austin, can we talk like humans for a second? These aren't hard. These aren't hard questions.
And saw the way that I responded to the pressure of political opponents like you.
I'm not a political opponent.
I would follow me. So to answer your question, I would follow me.
I'm an opponent of stupidity. I suppose that makes me a political opponent of yours. I'm just saying that unless you are willing to offer your background and your level of experience, you cannot truly expect that people are going to try to make an effort to support you, and you're not willing to do that on this platform. And I'm just curious why.
Well, you're obviously hostile, so I'm not going to have those conversations with you. But I will say that I do appreciate you giving me advice to aid in my political endeavors. I'll keep that in mind for the next time I do a hostile political interview. So thank you for that.
I mean, I'm trying to clean up some of your flyer, too, because it's my understanding the Attorney General is looking into you misrepresenting yourself as a part of the Tennessee Young Republicans. Do you have any response to that?
I think that is an interesting topic. And, I'll certainly be involved in whatever comes out from that topic or investigation or whatever, if it does exist.
Right, because you understand that if you're asking people to support a political movement like the Maury County Young Republicans, you have to disclose who pays for the flyers that you sent out. That is, it's against the law to not make that disclosure. Do you understand that?
I hear the words that you are saying.
Do you understand them?
I hear the words that you are saying.
Do you understand them? Yes or no? It's a yes or no question.
I hear the words that you are saying.
You're such a little moron. I mean, listen, I've had enough fun with you. You're not really worthy of any further time or consideration. And I'm certainly
having me on.
I'm sorry for you. Hey, by the way, we are
love to do it again.
By the way, Austin, we're well familiar with your affiliation with Mr. Miller. Tell us about Aaron Miller for a little bit.
I'm not going to disclose or speak on any connections to individuals. I will speak about the political ideas that I have. I will speak about the mailer, right? These are the things that I'm willing to talk to you about.
Yeah.
Is that clear?
Yeah, you've been very clear, buddy. You've been very clear.
Good.
All right. So who's the traitor?
Well, that's a good question. So
thank you, Austin.
Absolutely. So I consider individuals that violently prevent ICE from carrying out their lawful duties to be guilty of treason. I would like to see these people charged specifically for treason and punished after being found guilty in a court of law.
Okay, so people that are preventing ICE from doing their jobs. That's who you meant in this flyer when you said punish the traitor?
I think you're paraphrasing there a little bit. I'm not going to repeat myself, but I stand by my previous answer.
I'm just making sure that I understand you properly.
I hear the words that you're saying.
Do you? It's almost like I'm talking to AI. Austin, do you live in Murray County?
I live in Columbia, Tennessee.
Okay. Well, very good. Well, look, I would encourage you to stop purporting to be the president of the Murray County Young Republicans.
I am the president. I will continue to report that until I'm no longer the president.
Okay. So the parent organization that offers the charters and the chapters are saying that you are not. You understand that, right?
I hear the words you're saying.
This is great, man.
Oh boy, you're a pip, Austin. You come back, you call back in anytime because you're a moron, and I love that. That's awesome. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you, gentlemen. Have a good one.
Yeah, you do too. There's 30 minutes of my life that I'll never get back. It's 28 after the hour on Super Talk. Hello, friends. It's Matt Murphy. Better Water LLC is on my mind. Man, oh, man, everybody needs a good glass of water from time to time. I think I need a drink myself. Maybe not water, but a drink of some sort. One way or the other, if Better Water is on your it's on your mind. Better Water LLC is the place to go. Since 1971, they've been the go-to source for better water in our community, located in Smyrna, and they go all over. Friends, you need to make sure that you know what's coming out of the tap. Sulfur, iron, chlorine, bacteria, E. coli, everything in your water can cause problems with you and your family, the health of your family. Water softeners, specialized filters, UV lights, reverse osmosis, you name it, they do it. They're based out of Smyrna. They treat all of Middle Tennessee. These are the guys that treat the water at the coffee shop, the hospital, and they want to treat yours. Better Water LLC is at betterwater.com, betterwater.com. Call them today, 615-355-6063 for Better Water LLC. Hello, friends. It's Matt Murphy. USS. USS is the one-stop shop for all things United Structural Systems and all things your foundation of your home. Friends, I encourage you to get with USS. They're not just another repair company. They're local. They're your waterproofing experts. They live here. They work here. They understand exactly how Tennessee soil, weather, and homes behave. Folks, it is all about trust. And with USS, I know that you can trust them. Over 30,000 satisfied local homeowners have trusted USS. That experience means they've seen every type of problem in the state of Tennessee. Go to USSTN.com. That's USSTN.com for all things United Structural Systems. USS is United Structural Systems, and they want to see you. USSTN.com.
It's 32 minutes past 5 p.m. I hope I can do this after what I just heard. We've got a full forecast coming up as well as a traffic report here in a little bit. Oh, boy. Some contentious moments between President Trump and Louisiana Republican Senator Bill Cassidy on Capitol Hill today during the GOP Senate luncheon. One day after Cassidy voted for the War Powers Resolution to limit the White House's ability to continue the war in Iran, the two had a discussion about it that apparently turned into a shouting match. Cassidy told ABC News he did regret losing his temper, but he had no regrets in asking for answers.
He did not particularly care for my comments. Raised his voice. I lost my temper. That's not appropriate. It's the Irish in me. But I, again, matched his tone and his volume, and it went back and forth.
And it should be pointed out that Senator Cassidy and the president, no buddies here. The Representative Julia Ledlow, the Trump-backed candidate, and Louisiana State Treasurer John Fleming, they advanced to a runoff in the Louisiana GOP Senate primary after Cassidy, the incumbent, finished in third place. As Trump increases pressure on Congress to save the Save America Act, a federal judge today blocked an executive order that the president signed last year that would require proof of citizenship to register to vote. ABC's Peter Haralambous has more.
The ruling is the latest setback in the Trump administration's attempt to increase federal oversight of elections. Judge Denise Casper wrote that the Constitution, quote, does not grant the president any specific powers over elections, and made permanent an order from last year that blocked enforcement of Trump's executive order, which required proof of citizenship to register to vote and demanded that mail-in ballots be received by Election Day. Separate from today's ruling, Trump earlier this year signed a second executive order on voting to create a national list of verified voters. That policy is still being challenged in court.
Back here in Nashville, a new independent report is raising serious questions about Nashville Electric Service's response to January's winter storm. The review, conducted by PA Consulting, credits NES for its commitment to customers, but outlines several major shortcomings, including gaps in emergency preparedness and outdated operational systems. The report found NES struggled to integrate outside contractor help during restoration efforts, did not prioritize customer communication early in the storm, and waited too long to request outside assistance. The bottom line, according to the report, NES's infrastructure simply has not kept pace with Nashville's rapid growth. That's the latest news, traffic, and weather coming up. I'm Jay Harper, WTN News. Well, we still have this overturned vehicle, 440 eastbound between exits 6 and 7. The right lane now blocked, and traffic is backed up for miles. We also have an accident in Madison, Gallatin Pike South, just south of Neely's Bend. Also, 65 southbound, the off-ramp to Wedgwood, partially blocked there due to a crash. I'm Jay Harper.
Hello, friends. It's Matt Murphy. Accurate Mortgage is your one-stop shop for all things home purchase in our community. And I know from personal experience, because when I decided back last December or so that I wanted to buy a house, there was only one one mortgage company that I was going with, and that's Accurate Mortgage, because I believe in them. I know that they are a trusted local advisor. That's important to me, that they can help guide you and me. They did for me through a crazy marketplace for our home purchase, refinance. They're not a Joe Blow off the internet. You don't need to use a Joe Blow off the internet because you don't know who they are and they don't know this community, right? Unlike the big online lenders, you're not just a number to make a quick buck. You are a person. You're a neighbor. You're you're a member of the Accurate family, truly. Now, listen, whether it's a home purchase, and a lot of folks are doing that because home prices have dropped a little bit, or a cash out refi to renovate your current home, or to pay off high interest credit card debt, let the loan advisors at Accurate Mortgage help you find the right loan solution for you. Accurate Mortgage at AccurateMTG.com. AccurateMTG.com. Accurate Mortgage. NMLS 129944. Rates and terms subject to change. Equal housing lender. This is interesting. Oh, don't sit on him. Wow. A lot going on in here. Super Talk 99.7 WTN. We got Ryan at the controls there in the control area. Jay Harper behind there in News Closet B. Cameron Smith is in studio with us. Jackson Williams in studio with us. Man, it's a house full. Just had Austin Lee on the show. Austin didn't want to answer a lot of questions about anything other than his flyer, and didn't really want to answer a lot of questions about his flyer in terms of his presidency for the Maury County Young Republicans, I should say. But that is what it is. A couple of folks want to comment on that, and then we'll get to nincompoops. Let's talk to Mark, who is in Maury County. Hey, Mark.
Hey, man. How's it going?
I'm great, Mark. Thank you for calling in. How are you?
Hey.
You good?
I was just listening. Yeah, I was just listening to the interview. I was trying to hear what Austin had to say, but you wanted him to answer the questions that you wanted him to say, but you should just let him speak. I think you cut him off too much. It just went really south. I wish you'd get him on there again, because I kind of like what he was having to say, like, get rid of the Islamic people. It's not a religion; it's an ideology, and you should.
What's the difference
try and get
between
him back
the
on
two?
there again?
What's the difference between a religion and an ideology?
Why don't you tell me? I know you know.
Yeah, you're the one that brought it up. You said Islam is not a religion; it's an ideology, and I'm asking you, what's the difference?
An ideology to me is an agenda that is their agenda to eliminate anybody that does not agree with them.
I don't know. I mean, I'm certain that radical Islam has no place in the United States of America. I would agree with you.
Yeah. But anyway, it just I was kind of really hoping to hear what he had to say and just answer the questions. Now, but you're looking for the flyer and checking out his link, and that's just my opinion. But I just felt like he disrespected him, and I'll leave it at that.
Mark, I hate that you feel that way.
Sorry.
Thank you for listening. Take care. Paul is next in Mount Juliet. Hey, Paul, how are you?
I am well, and you, sir?
I'm doing great, Paul. Thank you.
I was a little, like the previous caller, a little disappointed that you kind of talked over him. I would have liked to heard what he had to say.
About what?
I don't know. I couldn't hear a lot of it. I think if he was really an idiot, that you should have let him talk and prove it. But talking over him, where we couldn't hear what he was saying, it kind of defeated the purpose. Hello?
Hey, I'm here. Just didn't want to talk over you, Paul.
No, I'm not accusing you of doing that with me. I think you did it with him.
So I asked him who the past president of the Murray County Young Republican Party was. You recall that at the beginning of the conversation?
Yes, I do, and you were correct in that. And it is your show, and you should reserve the right to ask the questions. I cannot disagree with that.
And he didn't answer most of the questions that I asked him.
That is very true. That is very true. I just would have liked to have heard a little bit more, because if he is an idiot, he's going to hang himself.
Well, he said he wanted to ban Islam and Hinduism from the United States of America, and I said, well, you're going to have to change the Constitution. He goes, well, by any other means that we can do that. And, I mean, he purports to be,
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that at all. And I do somewhat agree with some of the stuff that I heard, but I couldn't hear it all, and that's neither your fault or his fault, because both of you were talking at the same time. But I don't know. I'm just a little. What
portion you mentioned? You said, well, you felt like you might have agreed with some of it. What portion kind of piqued your interest that you'd like to hear more about? Because Austin says he'll come back on. What would you like to hear more about that you thought maybe you might disagree or agree with Austin on?
I don't remember exactly everything, and I'm not in agreement with the part about men being in control or in power or whatever, and I appreciate the question you asking about women being teachers, because I feel like they should be. I don't know about women in politics. I mean, you can look right now at several of the women nationally that are causing a lot of the problems, involved a lot of fraud and things, and I'm not saying there's not men involved, but the women are the ones that the spotlight is on right now. I don't know that that's every woman. I don't know that that's any woman, but it just, some of the things he said in a small way made sense.
I'm not trying to challenge you, but I'm just, what? You've said that twice now. What did he say that made sense?
Well, about the women in politics.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Look at Ilhan Omar, look at Rashida Tlaib, look at the problems that they're causing, and I don't know that it's.
What do you think?
If a man was in the same position, would he do the same thing?
Are you not? You're not going to vote for Marsha?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask.
Well, I probably will end up voting for Marsha. I have some issues with Marsha. She hasn't returned some calls when I've called her and things. I don't know if Marsha's just not all about Marsha, but I think she'd probably be good for the state.
Okay. Paul, thank you for the call. I mean, duly noted. I appreciate the constructive criticism regarding the conducting of the interview. I get a little frustrated when, I'm asking questions and he says, I hear your question, I'm not going to answer. And I mean, it's.
Yeah, I did not appreciate that part of it. I don't know what you guys had set up before the interview. And I'm not trying to constructively criticize you. I just would have liked to have heard more of what he said to let him hang himself, because you effectively did it, I feel like, but I think he would have effectively done it even better if you'd have just let him talk.
Sure. Fair enough. Thank you, Paul, for the call. I appreciate you. 615-737-9986. Oh, hell. Might as well. Eddie, David's next in Lebanon. Hey, David. I mean, we're gonna have to. Yeah, hey, David. We're just gonna, don't look at me that way. We're just going to have to Nickel Boots at 6. I'm sorry. I mean, there's a lot of people want to comment on this. Hey, David.
Okay.
I'm going to get Cameron in here too. So, David, what's going on, man?
I'm going to make this quick. I'll make it really quick.
You're good.
Look, this Austin Lee guy, first time caller. Okay, first time I've ever called.
All right,
there we go,
okay?
David. Love that. Yes, sir.
I've been listening to you for approximately, probably since you've been here since, 22, 21?
1,063 episodes, David. You and me, baby.
Hey, it's all good.
Yeah.
Listen, the Austin Lee guy, I've got the perfect ticket on this guy.
Okay.
You've got Elon Musk, you've got his email, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, hey, there we go. Let's contact Elon Musk. Let's see if we can't create a rocket ship to Mars with 20 men and Austin Lee.
Yeah.
Okay? Let's send him there. Let's let him run that planet. Let's call it Murray County Mars. I don't care. And do whatever he wants to and create whatever flyers he wants to send out to his 20 men of what he's going to do and how he's going to keep them cool and fed and watered. And that is the most absurd interview I've ever heard when he could not answer simple questions.
Well, I mean, I'm not trying to make sense of the senseless, and I feel like that's kind of what we're trying to do. And David, God bless you. Thank you for the call. Don't make your first call your last. Call me again, buddy. But when I say, look, it's right here, Cameron.
Mm-hmm.
You see it. Support Austin Lee. There's a little picture there. And I'm like, well, tell us a little more about yourself, because if people are going to support you, they like to know a little about the person that's asking for support. And he wouldn't tell us anything about himself.
And if you can't tell me who is joining you and you refuse, it's never a good sign when association with you is seen as a negative.
Right. How many people are a part of Young? I'm not going to answer that question. What?
Don't you want to grow the number? I can't tell you that. Well, okay.
Who is the past president? I can't tell you.
I have to protect him.
What?
So you're going to protect the person that said you could be president, because he might get blowback from working with you.
Do you feel like he had a friend with him helping him?
Of course.
There was a long pause. There were a couple of long pauses.
And that's very coached behavior, right? You and I've done enough interviews with folks that I won't answer your questions that I don't like. I'm going to talk about what I want to talk about and none of the things you want to talk about. How dare you have me on your show and ask me questions that aren't my questions?
Right. I'm the interviewer. You're the interviewee, but I have to follow your lead as to what we're going to talk about.
You were a lot more serious than I would have been. I would have just been like, okay. Tell me the question that you want to answer.
He just wanted to talk about the invader.
Right.
He wanted to talk about the flyer.
He wanted to say vague things.
Yeah, right.
That were kind of racist, sexist, bigoted. He was real aggressive. I don't think there's probably a lot of girls hanging around his club. But maybe not.
Would he? Maybe it begs the question. Perhaps I can text him and ask him this: are women allowed to join the Murray County Young Republicans? That's a good question.
That's good. You should ask him.
I should ask him that.
It's going to be hard for him to know what to join if he sends the flyers to only dudes.
Well, if he doesn't believe that women should be involved in politics, then I assume that he doesn't believe that women should be involved in the Young Republican Party club.
Yeah, because it's a political club,
right?
It would seem to be logical.
Okay, I'm going to ask him that question when we're in break. Sadie and Heather and is that did Sadie get a mailer? She get one of these mailers?
And she's in Williamson County.
Whoa, man! You wasting somebody's money, Austin. We don't know whose money because you won't tell us who paid for the flyers, but you're wasting somebody's money in Williamson County. We'll get to that in a moment. Jackson's giving me the evil eye. You know why?
Yeah,
because he's won Nincompoops twice. He wants to close out the week on a Wednesday. Very frustrated that I move it, and he reflects. Jackson, you reflect a good portion of the listening audience. They don't like it when I move it either. You're just going to sit there quietly? Oh, is it time for a break, Jackson?
Yeah.
Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Hello, friends. It's Matt Murphy for Grace Point Healthcare. Modern medicine delivered the old-fashioned way. If you have a headache after that interview and you need some relief, Grace Point Healthcare is your place. If you hurt anywhere and you're wondering why, Grace Point Healthcare could be your place as well. If you've got, a frustrating summer cold or whatever might be going on with your body, Grace Point Healthcare in Franklin can help. And bottom line is this, folks. You know exactly what you're paying when you walk through the door. If you're a part of the Smart Care plan, you pay $99 a month and you have unlimited office visits throughout the course of the year, plus free basic labs and diagnostics. That's what it's all about, friends. They are a direct pay format. That means that you file with your insurance company after the fact for reimbursement, but they don't control what treatment options are available to you and your doctors. Grace Point treats the whole body with a comprehensive medical approach, getting to the root cause of the problem, not just treating the symptoms. That's what it's all about. And they don't make you wait for treatment either. You call, you get appointments. 599-6868. 599-6868 for our friends at Grace Point Healthcare.
A reported shouting match at the presidential lunch with Republican senators today. Also, a bow and arrow crime in Florida. We'll also have today's money news, the closing money news. That's coming up at 6 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Super Talk 99.7 WTN. I have several of you have asked me, and so I have a text into Austin Lee as to whether or not women are allowed to join the Murray County Young Republicans, considering that he says that women should not be involved in politics. So that question's out there. Several of you ladies are asking, so we'll try to figure out the answer. Maybe Austin will answer us.
You can probably come to the meetings and sit there
quietly with baked goods.
Mm-hmm. That is always a big plus if you bring cookies.
Biscuits in the oven, buns in the bed. Austin Lee.
It's a great platform. He'll get like dozens of nothing.
Hey, Sadie, how are you?
Hey, Matt. Thank you for taking my call.
Of course.
We actually live in the Franklin area in Williamson County, and my college-age son received one of those mailers over the weekend. So he's not just sending them to people in Murray County.
Great.
And I think it's interesting because my very young adult son is not completely sure where he lands politically. And things like this have made him wonder if he wants to be a Republican or an independent or where he is politically.
I would just suggest not that, Like whatever's on the flyer, not that.
A lot of my friends that I've told about this flyer have asked if I think Austin Lee is a plant. If he's
It would
faking
not.
all
It would
this,
not. It would not. Based on that interview, it would not surprise me at all. He's not a very good one. The one thing that would prevent me from agreeing with the idea that he might be a plant, Sadie, is that a plant would be better.
Yeah. An actual plant.
Yeah. If there was like a plant, like a ficus.
Yes.
No, I mean
I'm very pro ficus.
No, I mean a plant would be better. A plant would say, "Yeah, I'm from Tucson, Arizona, and I got to Tennessee 10 years ago."
So there are people that do carry those views. They're just not popular. And the idea that this is a large segment of the Republic, it's not. It's just not.
Yeah. Well, Sadie, don't, my advice to you, I don't know what your political affiliation necessarily is, but my advice to you would be, tell your son this fellow's not representative of, most anybody in politics. The normies, the normies rule the political scene. The crazies get a lot of the attention when, maybe it's a reminder that we shouldn't give them so much attention. Thank you, Sadie, for the call. I'm glad you made it. It's 1 minute after 6. I'm late. I apologize for that. It's Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
It is coming up on 2 minutes past 6 p.m. I'm Jay Harper with your top stories. A forecast and a traffic report are coming up. Some contentious moments between President Trump and Republican Senator Bill Cassidy on Capitol Hill today during the GOP Senate luncheon. One day after Cassidy voted Cassidy voted for the War Powers Resolution to limit the White House's ability to continue the war in Iran. The two had discussions about it that apparently didn't go well. Cassidy told ABC News he regretted losing his temper, but he had no regrets in asking for answers.
And so I make no apologies for standing up to the president, if you will, trying to demand that more information be shared with the Senate and more information be shared with the American people. I make no apologies for that.
It should be pointed out, Cassidy, a Louisiana Republican senator, no fan of the president. President Trump endorsed another candidate who defeated Cassidy in the Louisiana primary. A Florida man is facing a manslaughter charge for a fatal bow and arrow shooting. Hernando County Sheriff Al Nehai says it happened around 2 o'clock yesterday. He says it started with an argument between three people, two of whom were in a car, and ended with the suspect shooting an arrow at the passenger. The victim died at the hospital. 48-year-old Anthony Brian Adams has been charged with manslaughter.
The suspect left and went into, we believe, the metal building behind us, and he retrieved a compound bow, which is the big bows that you pull back, and must have went over to the passenger side of the vehicle and actually shot the arrow.
We now turn to today's closing money news with Chuck Sievertson.
It's a mixed bag for stocks on Wall Street, with big tech weighing down some sectors, but falling oil prices buoying others. The Dow added 183 points. The Nasdaq lost 110. The S&P slipped 7 points. The tech sector lost ground for the third straight day, especially those focused on artificial intelligence. Anticipation was high for Micron Technology, which reports its latest earnings after the close. Investors appear to be questioning if AI can deliver the profits needed to justify heavy spending. Oil prices fell to their lowest levels since early March as oil tankers moved through the Strait of Hormuz. Brent crude, the international standard, fell to $74 a barrel. The National Taxpayer Advocate says the IRS did better than expected in issuing refunds during the 2026 tax season, despite massive cuts to its workforce. Oregon-based robotics firm Agility Robotics is going public on Wall Street.
That's the latest news, weather, and traffic coming up. I'm Jay Harper, WTN News. Interstate 440 eastbound between exit 6 and 7. A crash there has been pushed over to the right lane. It's blocking traffic there, though. 24 westbound at Bell Road, we've got a crash. Also 24 eastbound in Rutherford County. That's out past Murfreesboro. 24 eastbound, exit 89. Just past the Epps Mill Road exit, there is an accident there. Old Hickory Boulevard at Andrew Jackson Way in Hermitage, also a crash. I'm Jay Harper.
Hello, friends. It is the Matt Murphy Radio Show. Final hour underway. Super Talk 99.7 WTN. It's 6:08. Occasionally, not every day, not every week, but occasionally, I like to play a game. And that game is the last thing Matt Murphy heard before we came back from break. The last thing that I heard before we came back from break. And I'll let you guys figure out who said it. Was it Jay Harper? Was it Ryan? Was it Cameron Smith? Or was it young Jay Willie, Y2J, Action Jackson, Reaction Jackson? Who said this? You know, you've had a lot of people on this, you've had a lot of idiots on this show, Matt Murphy, but I've never heard anything like that. Who said that? Oh, there's the show of hands. Oh, you're voting? Oh, Jackson's voting for himself. That's right, it was Jackson.
Yeah.
In fact. All right, we got lots to get into. Are we doing nincompoops? What are we doing? It's my show. You got one over there?
No, I'm going to tell you how this is going to go.
Oh,
okay.
No, I'm telling you, this is how we're going to... I will not answer that question.
I hear the words you're saying.
You and the words you say...
He did say that, right?
The words you have said have been processed. Thank you.
Yes, right. He's like, what? I asked a yes or no question. I hear the words that you are saying, and I understand.
Please stand by. The input is processing.
Please insert cash or select payment type.
No disassemble, Johnny 5.
Hit the sounder. Let's play nincompoops of the day.
Nincompoops in the news.
All right, Jackson Williams has won the first 2 days of the week. We'll play nincompoop. I have no idea who's playing. I know who my nincompoop is, though.
Yeah, that's obvious.
Yeah. I've already done mine.
Yeah, lifetime membership.
Yeah, no question.
You know, Jay's one of the nicest people I've met working here, and if he's ragging on you,
the number of people that texted me and were like, "Oh my goodness, is this guy a real person?"
I know. That was my reaction. Come on, is this dude for real?
He is apparently, and he will not answer my question. I've asked twice now. I've texted him, and he's been very responsive on text message. But I've asked him if women are allowed to join the Murray County Young Republicans. He sent this thing out to guys. Join the Murray County Young Republicans. It doesn't say it's exclusively for men. So we're trying to find out for you ladies out there who want to.
Don't worry, we'll find a crazy person for you too.
Don't you fear. So Jay, you got a story?
Yes, I do.
Ryan, do you have a story? You don't have to. I just didn't know. I just don't know. Okay, Ryan's out. Jackson, you're in. You got a story?
I'm the 2-day back-to-back winner. What do you think?
Yeah, I imagine. So, can I just go first? And I got 2 words, and then we're going to let y'all take it.
No. This
what
is
do you
the
mean,
order.
no? Okay, fine.
Go for it.
Oh,
Williams.
Yeah, how dare I?
See, he always goes first.
Williams.
Yeah.
Harper. Smith. Murphy up the rear.
He likes
he gets a kick out of it.
He gets a kick out of saying Murphy up the rear.
Yeah,
I don't really understand why.
What's
but he
that
does.
fella's name real fast?
This guy?
Yeah.
His name is Austin Lee.
So he is my primary nincompoop, but I have a secondary story.
Oh, yeah, sure.
For my, just to give the people some fun after that.
Y'all know whose nincompoop Austin Lee is. Y'all know. The guy who set up the interview.
Y'all ready?
I'm ready.
Ryan, can you hit the sound that says breaking news on that board?
Oh, yeah, there's a big... Oh, yeah.
That works, too.
Are there 2 enough?
Yeah, there's 2.
Is this like X-Files or something?
I forgot that there's a second one. That's my fault. That is my fault. I'll go with this, though.
Give him the other one. Have you found the other one yet, Ryan? Hold on. He can give you the other one.
On Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Oh, that's also another one. That's like the weather news.
How many buttons do we have for this?
We have lots of buttons.
Here, I'll give it to you. Ready?
Hear ye, your king has an nincompoop. 84-year-old Milton woman fired gunshot in the air as warning to neighbor cutting grass.
What?
An 84-year-old Milton woman was arrested after firing a gunshot as an apparent warning to her neighbor cutting his grass, according to an arrest report.
Fair.
Charlene Davis is charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and discharging a firearm on residential property. The incident happened last Thursday around 8:15 p.m. in the 3200 block of Atlas Drive in Milton, Florida. According to the arrest report, the neighbor told deputies he was mowing his lawn when he heard a gunshot. He then looked over and saw Davis holding a revolver. The report states Davis admitted to firing her Smith & Wesson .38 Special revolver into the ground. Davis stated she wanted to scare the neighbors due to an ongoing noise issue with them and her trying to sleep, deputies noted in the report. The incident was captured on Ring doorbell camera, according to the report, with video showing Davis exit her home and fire one shot. The report states the neighbor is heard asking, "What are you doing?" And Davis then replies, "I'm trying to tell you you're waking us up," before adding, "You better watch out." Davis was released from Santa Rosa County Jail last Friday on $5,500 bond.
The look that Cameron's giving Jack as he's doing that voice is like, it's a combination of like amazed disgust.
Yeah. All right.
Okey-dokey.
Okay.
That's funny.
I didn't even.
I would have shot him. I would have fired a shot in the air too.
It's 8:30.
It's a little early. For
It's
that.
a little early for gunplay. A little early for
You're
gunplay.
not making the 9 o'clock news. You're going to bed at 8 o'clock. It's still light outside.
What time? All right, Jackson. You answer last because I feel like you're going to be craziest on this. But like in the neighborhood, at what point you're like, okay, this is too late?
10 o'clock.
10?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. Jay?
Yeah, I'm saying 10, 9:30, 10. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, after 10 o'clock, y'all need to calm down.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, and maybe I'll give you a little longer on a Friday or Saturday.
Sure.
But during the week, 10 o'clock, y'all got to calm it down. Ryan?
Actually, I know something about this. If you're in the country, there is absolutely no limit. They can shoot a machine gun at 2 a.m., and if you call in, they'll just ask if you've been hit or not and tell you to go back to sleep.
Man, where are you from? I want to move out
That was
there.
Grundy County, Tennessee, 3
Heck
years
yeah.
ago. I actually had a problem with it.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, we're reaching the time of year where it's pretty much free to shoot the gun whenever you want because people are shooting fireworks. So same.
Well, I mean, and you know what? Our dog, we're a dog family, and dog families are traditionally anti-firework, and we are too. I mean, whatever. I forgive it because I get it. It's America.
Yeah.
100%. But I got the bad news the other day from Henry and Lisa, my neighbors, because we asked the question and got the answer.
Are you fireworks people?
Yeah. No, they didn't say. They just were like, I don't even think I asked. Henry just, for some reason, went, "Hope you like fireworks." I was like, oh, crap.
That's fair.
Here we come.
Little Mrs. Weasley's going to be scared.
My house is so loud, my dogs don't care. They find fireworks
Wow.
to be quiet.
Yeah, right.
They're
right.
like,
what? Yeah,
this is peaceful.
The 28 teenage males that you have in your home.
Right.
I mean, you have the Williamson County Young Republicans right there in your house.
We do not send the flyers to my boys. My boys would be like, dude, that's weird. Like, that would be their first reaction.
Who was number 2, Jackson?
I didn't answer the question what time it's time to stop the noise.
I apologize. What time is it time to stop the noise?
About midnight, 1 o'clock.
See, this is why. This is why.
He can't live in a neighborhood.
Can't have nice things. I mean, I get it if you're out in the wilderness like Ryan. I mean, it's a free-for-all out there.
Yeah.
You know, no zoning.
Raccoons as pets without permits.
Yeah, no HOA, no zoning, no problem.
None.
Trash can fires.
Oh, sure. Why not? Just make it happen. I think Jay gets to go next. Is that correct?
Yes, it goes Williams, Harper, Smith, Murphy.
Sounds like a law firm. Harper?
Yes, sir. I am ready to go here. You know, we've been hearing a lot about the Scots over here having big fun in the World Cup. Well, I've got a story about a fella in Scotland, a young man in his 20s in Scotland, went to the ophthalmologist complaining of increasing floaters and flashing lights in his right eye. It was going on for about a week. He said he didn't have any head injuries or anything, and that his family did not have any histories of eye disorders. The doctors took a close look and saw that both eyes were in terrible shape. His right eye had multiple retinal tears, widespread bruising, and a condition called retinal dialysis. In his left eye, he had widespread bruising and 6 full-thickness rips in his retina. They kept questioning, and finally, he embarrassingly admitted he had been trying to soothe his tired eyes with a percussive massage gun. He's been doing it weekly for the past 3 months. It was a gun with a small head attachment shaped like a bullet.
Yes. Yeah, that's a terrible idea.
That's not a good
The guy reportedly does not have a history of psychiatric conditions or
This fellow's name Austin.
Perhaps. I don't know. But the doctors, they did use laser treatments. They fixed his retinal tears, and they did manage to resume his vision. But yeah, he used one of those percussive, vibrating, kind of massage guns
What kind
on
of
his
massage gun
eyeballs.
was it again?
On his eyeballs.
What kind of massage gun was it again?
It's a percussive.
Oh, I
what
thought
is
you
it?
said.
It's that too. A percussive massage gun or a kind of massage
Yeah,
gun.
if it makes that sound, don't put it anywhere near your eyes.
Near your eyes. No. So he is indeed a nincompoop.
Don't put anything that says massage near your eyes. Okay?
Yeah. Massage oil, eye drops, perfect, right?
Sure.
No.
I'm mad at you, Harper. I'll tell you why in just a moment.
Because I took your story?
Well, you didn't take. That's not my story, but I'm angry at you for another reason.
His 5 o'clock newscast?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. The Kentucky?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that one.
I mean, Harper. What are you doing?
Well, you
can't be throwing down nincompoops in the regular news.
Well, man, I had the story about the dude that was that broke the Guinness record about the loud thing. I mean, that was in a newscast, and you were fine with that.
Well, I didn't hear it.
Okay, I got you.
Cameron, go right ahead.
Well, see, the last thing I want to do is make you mad, man.
Don't worry.
This is me. I'm furious.
Forgive me, man.
Furious.
Guys, don't worry. Florida man is undefeated.
Yeah?
Okay.
Let's go.
A 28-year-old Florida man told troopers he thought he saw the Antichrist before losing control and crashing his pickup Friday morning on I-75 in Hernando County, according to multiple news reports. Jail records show the man is charged with unarmed burglary of an occupied conveyance and 3 counts of resisting an officer without violence. Multiple news outlets reported, based on information from investigators, the man was headed north on I-75 when he lost control, traveled off the road, hit a car on the side of the highway, and flipped into the woods. Okay? The man and the woman who were in the sedan stopped by the shoulder were seriously hurt when the truck hit their car. The highway was shut down to allow a medical helicopter to land, but as first responders were tending to the patients, troopers said the driver of the pickup ran past them and tried to open the pilot's door to steal the helicopter. Troopers and first responders stopped him. He was checked out by medical personnel and then taken to jail. He was apparently very convinced he saw the Antichrist. The police talked to him. He tried to steal the helicopter and went to jail.
Yeah, probably no good.
It was not good.
No. Here's what would have been my nincompoop story. 2 people are facing charges after detectives say they found a bag labeled definitely not a bag of drugs that contains suspected narcotics. That according to Laurel County officials in Laurel County, Kentucky. The Laurel County Sheriff's Office said a detective found a suspicious vehicle parked in an employee area of a business. They spoke to a man and a woman inside of the car, noticed a plastic bag that contained suspected narcotics. He found a second bag, which was labeled in big letters, definitely not a bag full of drugs. Guess what it was?
Bag full of drugs.
It was a bag full of drugs. Both of the individuals, Tricia Crowley, 51, Damon Bennett, 48, in the vehicle. They gave false information to deputies. They were arrested. They've been booked. They're going to jail. But that's not my nincompoop story because Jay stole that story for the real news in the 5 o'clock hour. My nincompoop. You got the music ready? Because I'm going to hit this, and then we're going to hit the music, and then it's going to be a big bang. You ready? My nincompoop is named Austin Lee.
That's mine. That's a repeat.
In the news.
It's a repeat. There we go. That's how we play nincompoops in the news. You can vote Harper. You can vote Williams. You can vote Smith. You can be wrong. Or you can vote Matt Murphy. Super Talk 99.7 WTN. 22 minutes after the hour. Get back to your phone calls momentarily right after this on Super Talk. It was a couple of years ago that I went to Kraft Body Scan and received a full body CT scan with Kraft. And with that in mind, we're going back. We have scheduled a couple's heart and lung scan, E&I, for Kraft Body Scan. For $99, you can go in, you can get the couple's heart and lung scan. You can make sure that everything's going okay in your body, right? I mean, that's what it's all about, making sure that you understand what's happening on the inside. It's non-invasive, doesn't take very long at all. Walking out, you have real answers. It's incredibly reassuring. It's fast, it's easy, and it does not cost you an arm and a leg. Right now, $99. And this is an insane value. They're doing it for you and your loved ones because they want to introduce you to Kraft Body Scan and everything that they have to offer. But you have to go to togetherwescan.com, promo code MATT50. Togetherwescan.com, promo code MATT50. 615-436-1000. 615-436-1000 for our friends at Kraft Body Scan. Hi, friends. It's Matt Murphy. Let's talk for a moment about your home. I've said for a minute now, when talking about Timberland cabinets, that the kitchen is the heart of your home, and it's true. I mean, just think about when you have fellowship with family, when you have good times going on. Most of those good times originate from and gravitate from the kitchen of your home. Are you dissatisfied with your kitchen? If so, I might direct you to Timberland cabinets for a couple of reasons. Number one, it's very affordable. Number two, they're the highest quality kitchen cabinets that I've ever seen. Number three, they're right here in Columbia, Tennessee. It's one thing to say made in America, which is awesome, right? Made in America. How about made in Tennessee? How about made in Middle Tennessee? How about made right here in Columbia? They make them. You can tour the entire factory like I did. I'm not special. Ask for a tour when you call Debbie or the rest of the team at Timberland Cabinets and revitalize the heart of the home with new cabinets from Timberland Cabinets. Bathroom cabinets available as well. Any type of cabinetry, really. TimberlandCabinets.com or 931-499-7170. 931-499-7170 for Timberland Cabinets.
The Postmaster General gets grilled on Capitol Hill today. We'll tell you why. Also, an independent report on the NES performance after the January storms has been released. We'll have that for you as well. That's coming up at 6:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Super Talk 99.7 WTN. 0634 says, Dan did the bag story for this afternoon this morning. You must have missed him talking about it. Dan who? Oh, Dan Mandis. My bad. I
Never heard of him.
Nah.
Yeah.
Are you talking about Man Dandis?
Boss Man Dandis, I used to call him. And now he's not the boss man anymore, so it's just Man Dandis. Yes, I was. 615-737-9986. Tammy is waiting. Jason, hang in there. I see you on the line, but I don't want to rush you, Jason, if you've got a minute or two. Tammy has been holding for a good while. Hey, Tammy, how are you?
Oh, I'm super good, Matt. I'll tell you what, it sure was hard for Ron and I to listen to Austin Lee, but we watch you every day, and we were losing it. My husband has had knee replacement surgery, so he couldn't have a cocktail while he was watching it, but I had to have a cocktail. I listened to that.
I feel you.
Yes.
I did too, Tammy.
Oh, my gosh. But listen, Erica and Debbie, we know how to do biscuits. We did them at Mama's Church in Columbia for her biannual fundraiser.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. And, hey, we might come down and do the fireworks with you and Erica and Lisa and Henry.
Well, Tammy, you come on. You do anything you want to do except get involved in politics because Austin Lee says that's a no-go zone.
Well, I know, and here's the deal. Marsha Blackburn is a very good friend of mine and Ron, and I'm going to text your wife some recent pictures of us together. And, hey, here's the deal. Women, we are just as strong, if not stronger. And, gosh, he does not sound like a Republican, and he sure doesn't sound like a Murray Countyan. We were blown away that you even made it through the interview. We were cracking up, literally losing it, you know.
Well, Tammy, thank you for the call. Come on down, see us. Fireworks are going in Murray County in Mount Pleasant. I can tell you that they were doing them last night when I got home. I'm like, this is just a random Tuesday night. I don't understand what's happening.
Coming up.
That's what they tell me.
Yeah, you're not a pyro.
I mean, I'm a pyro. I think there's a difference.
Like setting couches on fire.
Yeah, I like setting big bonfires.
Well, we do that in Knoxville. In Nashville, we shoot off fireworks.
Oh, we're familiar.
Yeah, well, y'all just do it randomly in Knoxville now because you got tired of waiting on a new championship, didn't you?
Yeah.
No, we got mad that Lane Kiffin left.
Don't worry. Everybody hates Lane. It's fine.
We were the first, though. We made it cool. It wasn't cool to hate Lane before we did it.
I just, I gotta put out a little haterade on Franklin because every time I drive to the office, I go through and they have these signs up now that say it is illegal to shoot off fireworks. And I mean, this is America's 250th birthday.
Yeah.
Can't you give me a mulligan on this one?
Yeah, come on.
But
man.
Franklin's like, no. Reasonable minds wouldn't allow you to shoot off fireworks. Don't you know that it's dangerous?
Wait. I may admit. So you're not. Say
Within
it again.
the city limits of Franklin, you can't set off fireworks, and they put up signs every 4th of July saying,
"What kind of communists live in Franklin?"
I don't know.
It's the same.
I mean, look. I'm no fan of fireworks, but I'm a fan of freedom.
They stopped cruising the square.
What?
Yeah, it used to be when I was in high school. We would go cruise Franklin Square. That all the teenagers would get in their trucks and stuff and drive around the square. Now it would be like the world's biggest teenage traffic jam on like a Friday night, but it was fun. And then they stopped it. You can't cruise the square anymore.
How do they know?
Because
if they see you coming by too often.
Yeah, because it clogs up the whole square.
We used to go from the McDonald's down near the interstate all the way to the Sonic downtown and back. That's all we did every Friday and Saturday.
Memories.
Yes.
99-cent gas.
Oh, man. Just tell you what.
Well, but here's the deal. You cruise the square, all the stores are closed.
Yeah.
You're not stopping any stores from getting business or anything. They're all closed.
Fair.
You can't afford anything in those stores anyway. Just can't.
In Franklin?
Yeah.
No, I can't.
Those boutique stores downtown, just forget it.
Are you kidding me?
It's not stuff for people to buy. You just look at it.
And let the foreigners from California and Oregon and
the Chicagoans
let them buy it.
They'll buy it.
Real quick timeout. Jason Gillum is on the line. Jason is the chairman of the Murray County Republican Party. He wants to say a few things about perhaps the day's events. Jason, hang in there. Mark, you too. It's Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Coming up on 33 minutes now, past 6 p.m., I'm Jay Harper with your top stories, a forecast, and a traffic report coming up. The Postmaster General facing tough questions on Capitol Hill today about a new proposal that could restrict mail-in voting. ABC's Peter Haralambous has more.
He's going to make sure that mail-in ballots are safe, secure, and accurate, and will have a clear distinction. If you voted by mail, you will have it on the envelope. Obviously not on the ballot, but on the envelope. So we will know 1 million mail-in ballots. There'll be 1 million envelopes, and you'll be able to know exactly, correctly, that citizens voted.
A new independent report is raising serious questions about Nashville Electric Service's response to January's winter storm. The review, conducted by PA Consulting, credits NES for its commitment to customers, but does outline several major shortcomings, including gaps in emergency preparedness and outdated operational systems. The report also found that NES struggled to integrate outside contractor help during restoration efforts, did not prioritize customer communication early in the storm, and waited too long to ask for help. The bottom line, according to the report, NES's infrastructure simply has not kept up pace with Nashville's rapid growth. That's the latest news, weather, and traffic are coming up. I'm Jay Harper, WTN News. I-40 eastbound at Demumbrian Street. We've picked up a new crash there. Also 65 northbound just past I-440. A crash reported out in Hermitage, an accident. Old Hickory Boulevard at Andrew Jackson Way, also Frisk Boulevard there. Hobson Pike at Hamilton Church Road in Antioch, a crash, and the right shoulder block 24 westbound at Bell Road. I'm Jay Harper.
What is this dude talking about? I cannot have rain on Saturday. I'm going to be on Timms Ford Lake on Saturday, maybe with my good buddy Jackson Williams on a boat. I don't know. Well, that remains to be seen. Here's what I do know. U.S. Pest is your one-stop shop for all things pest control in your home and on your property. That's what it's all about, friends. If you're not satisfied with your current pest control company, let's not be dissatisfied. Let's not believe that we're locked into this poor pest control company. Let's get with U.S. Pest. JK and Erica Brister are coming to my home. JK and I were talking the other day. We were texting the other day, and I'm like, man, you got to get out here because I got little ants that I need to deal with, and we want a household, like a yard flea and tick treatment, which we're getting from U.S. Pest as soon as I make the call and schedule the appointment. Now, that's on me, JK. That's not on you because they're ready to go. For you, for me, for anyone within the sound of my voice, if you need pest control service, termite protection, whatever you might need, they do it at U.S. Pest. USPest.com, USPest.com. They love America and they hate bugs. Give them a call at 590-1260. 590-1260 for U.S. Pest. Hi, friends. Matt Murphy for Defend Systems. The team at Defend Systems starts with Brink Fiddler. He is the owner of Defend, and he's the first one that I met on the team. And then you get introduced to the rest of the gang, and you understand how they do their business, what they are all about. They are a active shooter and physical security expert company for a dangerously developing world. Defense Systems believes in life safety and security consultation. They're based right here in Middle Tennessee, but they go all over. To do what? To train you in the unlikely event that you're going to experience a workplace violent situation, an active shooter situation. Emergency and intruder action plans are available. Rapid response medical training available, all customized to your facility. The bottom line is this. We live in a dangerous world. There are crazy people out there. Hope is not a plan. It is time to get trained. They're not here to scare you. They're here to train you with Defend Systems. Give them a call at 615-236-6484, 236-6484. Tell them I told you to call, or online at defendsystems.com. That's defendsystems.com. Super Talk 99.7 WTN. If I had not had trusted friends and confidants tell me that they had met our previous guest, Austin Lee, based on his profile photographs, based on his videos presented online, and based on that interview, I might think that he was artificial intelligence, honestly. But I don't believe he was. I don't believe he is. I think he is real, live, and in person. Somebody that would know that is Jason Gillum, who is Jason is the chairman of the Murray County Republican Party, and he joins us on the show right now. Hey, Jason, what's up, brother?
Hey, Matt, how are you today?
I'm doing great.
Wow.
Hey,
Well,
Jason, before we begin, I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
When were you elected president of the Murray County Republicans?
So that occurred in 2024.
Okay.
Matt.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah. Yeah.
And do you know roughly
Oh,
how?
I'm sorry, 25. I apologize, 25.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
got him.
Yeah,
Got him.
25. I was yes, sir.
I knew it.
It was yeah.
We already have more information from you than we did from the other fellow.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Time slips by, man, especially when you got all this kind of stuff going on, right?
Hey, so I don't believe, I think I have it correct that the Tennessee Young Republicans, the statewide organization, has said that they don't have any affiliation with Austin Lee, and that as far as they're concerned, that the Murray County charter remains, I guess, stagnant. Is that the information that you have?
Yes, sir. And I was going to tell you. So I spoke with the past chair, actually both past chairs, both past recent chairs, Steve Jornio and Christian Cervantes, and the current chair of the Young Republicans, the state Young Republicans, Andrew Swafford. We all spoke. We all had conversations about this issue because, quite frankly, it's disgusting, and it's something that no one that is involved with the Republican Party wants to be involved with, especially the young Republicans who were front and center. You know, their logo was on that mailer, and so they were very concerned about it. So much so that they have sought legal counsel and to see, you know, what steps forward remain. And so, you know, the main reason I called in was just to give you kudos for keeping your composure. I don't know how you did it. I sat through that, and I just wanted to stick my head through
It was just weird. I mean, it wasn't even that it was contentious. It was just, I mean, I understand that some people don't like the idea of talking over people, but, I mean, he's not just going to monologue, but it was just odd. I mean, I just wanted to know, so, I mean, even if I give him benefit of the doubt, maybe I shouldn't, he's asking for the support of Murray County Young Republicans. So I'm like, well, tell us a little about yourself. And he wouldn't. That's just...
Well, I thought you gave him plenty of rope, man. I mean, you let him literally read both sides of his flyer, and he wouldn't answer the majority of the questions that you presented to him. I don't really know why he even came on the show, but that's neither here nor there. But I will tell you that as chair of the Murray County Republican Party, this individual... he attended meetings occasionally. I didn't keep record of every time he was there or was not there. I met him about a year and a half ago, He's usually quiet and doesn't say a whole lot, and it's just kind of to himself at the meetings. I mean, he speaks to people, but it is odd. It's weird, and then this came out of nowhere. And as soon as I started getting phone calls about it, and I did start receiving a lot of phone calls about this, we handled it. We made a public statement. We put it out on social media. I spoke about it on local radio.
So can women join? Is that allowed in Murray County? It's unclear.
We celebrate our ladies here in Murray County. Some of the smartest individuals, some of the smartest individuals that I have ever met are female. And I think men would be in serious trouble if we didn't have our women to keep us in line and point us in the right direction the majority of the time. And I mean that wholeheartedly. My vice chair is a female, and she's brilliant, and I'm thankful for her. So, yes, we are wide open for any and all women who want to come and join the party.
Well, but just for clarity's sake, as the chairman of the Murray County Republican Party, is Austin Lee in any way affiliated with the Murray County Republican Party?
No, sir.
Okay. To your knowledge, Jason, based on your conversations with young Republicans from around the state, is he in any way affiliated with the Tennessee Young Republicans?
No. The closest that I've even heard coming from leadership is the charter here was suspended, and it was suspended because of lack of participation. And so, to my knowledge, based on everything I heard from two past chairs and the current chair, Murray County Young Republicans is not in existence. They do not have a charter. So, I guess they just have a self-appointed, leader.
I use
that term loosely.
It's like this fella walked into an empty room and declared that he's the president of the room.
Yeah.
That is exactly what it's like.
Well, I mean, it's sad. He's confusing people. Here's the good news, Jason. I know with an assurance, because I have been in communication with someone in their office, that the Attorney General's office was listening to our conversation today with Jason Lee, and that there are some violations that are going on here with this mailer. If you're asking for individuals to join a political affiliated group, you've got to declare who's paying for the flyer. They don't do that. You cannot misrepresent your position within a political organization like this one. So if that's what's happening, you know what?
Right. If the Attorney General could please not waste my tax dollars on this guy, because good grief. I mean, send him a nasty letter or something, but he's just weird.
Well, the thing that I worry about, though, Cameron, and Jason, I'm certain that you worry about this, too, is what was her name? Sadie. That her son got this, right. and her son's like, I don't want to be a part of the Republican Party if this is what they stand for. I mean, I'm just...
Absolutely. And that is the concern of the party, not just in Murray County, but in surrounding counties. I talked to the chair, Steve Hickey, of the Williamson County party. It's a concern for them because I've gotten calls. You should hear, I wish we could play it. We can't because of the vulgarity in the voicemail that I received earlier today from someone who has an Ohio area code blasting me and cussing me because literally accusing me of being the person who is racist and a bigot and a sexist and all of this stuff.
Happens every time I write a column. It's great.
I know, right? And so it's like, well, you just shrug it off and say that's too bad. But the sad reality is that people don't take the time to do their due diligence to find out where this stuff is actually coming from.
And that's a good point.
Of course not, right?
That's a good point.
It is. And here's the thing. I don't think that the majority of the people listening on this station right now would ever argue the importance of the sovereignty of our nation, right? But this goes way beyond that.
Yeah.
This moves into the realm of disgusting behavior where you're not talking about protecting your country and your nation. You're talking about preventing people who don't look like you, who aren't the same color as you, or don't believe like you when it comes to religion. They shouldn't be here. And that is just ridiculous on its face.
Yeah, it's absurd. Well, here's what it is on the positive side of things. It is a demonstration that as dumb as you can be, as hurtful as you can be, I still believe in the First Amendment of the Constitution of the United States. And I believe that our country is big enough to recognize when we hear from idiots.
Well, the answer here is that the Murray County Young Republicans have to send out a flyer that says how much they love women.
Or here's what I'm going to do, Jason. I'm going to move young Jackson Williams, young Jay Willie, into my basement in Murray County, and I'm going to name him the new president of the Murray County Young Republican Party. How about that?
That's awesome.
Hey,
I think
that
I'm
would
too
be
old.
great. Jackson
point.
is welcome here anytime. He's the kind of guy that I could hang out with.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
Well, a lot of people have said that in the past, and then they spent about 20 minutes with him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Can't take him anywhere.
Yeah.
Well,
that's fair.
Listen, I totally appreciate.
No, I was going to say something. I'm just gonna complete this love connection because when I said that you were on the line, Jason, you know what Jackson said? Jackson looked at me and he said,
I'm afraid to ask.
I like him. He's good people. And then what you said? That's what I thought.
Thank you, Jackson. Thank you, Jackson.
Yes, sir.
Ditto, brother. Ditto. Hey, listen, I appreciate you guys. I do. I appreciate everything you do. You know, and the water, you know, I know this is a boring subject and we're switching gears here, but I appreciate you having Representatives Sapicki and Dustin Kittle on today. You know, I am very active in this water situation, and I'm glad that you are bringing it to the forefront because it's a mess.
Well, we're going to have you back on because I know you speak with a lot of enthusiasm about the possibility of the Columbia Dam being a reality, and we'll have you back on to talk about that a little bit and some other matters going on in Murray County. But I appreciate you stopping by and saying hello to us.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Thank you, guys. Thanks. Y'all take care.
Jason Gilliam, the president of the Murray County Republican Party, or the chairman, I guess I should say, of the Republican Party. It is 10 till 7. Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Safe House following this promo
on the Super Talk 99.7 WTN app.
Hello, friends. Matt Murphy for Nashville Safe House. You've heard Mark. He's got a lot of safes at Nashville Safe House. They're a Fort Knox dealer. They're a Browning dealer. They've got every imaginable brand of safe at Nashville Safe House ready to go for you and your family. And that's what it's all about, protecting you and protecting the things that help protect your family. Your important valuables, you want to keep them secure from theft or from fire. You don't hide them in a box underneath your bed, do you? No, of course not. You put them in a safe, an incredibly quality safe from Nashville Safe House. Find the shape, the size that you're looking for at Nashville Safe House today, and they have one in stock ready to go for you. A professional delivery crew will get that thing out to you. Friends, it's as simple as this. Thefts are up. Sad to say, but if you live in certain areas around the Middle Tennessee area, you've probably experienced something in your neighborhood, on your block, maybe on your street. It's time to do something about it. NashvilleSafeHouse.com, NashvilleSafeHouse.com, or go see them 4th Avenue South in Nashville, across from City Cemetery. Hey, friends, Matt Murphy for Cover Nash. Guys, I understand that health insurance is confusing. I understand that because I've tried to understand my health insurance plan, and it's difficult, I'll tell you that. Well, I understand it now because I've talked to Shane Ring. I've sat down with him. I've discussed this with him, and it makes sense to me now. Thank you to Shane. Look, Shane has covered every single insurance policy available to you in the state of Tennessee. He's gone over them with a fine-tooth comb. He understands the loopholes. He understands the fine print, and he can help you understand it as well. All you need to do is make the call that so many others have made to Cover Nash and find out what Shane can do for you, because he could save you a lot of money, or he could get you into a policy that offers better coverage for you and your family. That's what it's all about. Not playing by Washington's rules, doing something that is in your best interest, that's going to save you that cash and get you that coverage that you deserve. If you're self-employed, uninsured, or simply tired of paying too much, call Cover Nash today, 615-465-0023, 465-0023, or online, covernash.com. Super Talk 99.7 WTN. My name is Matt Murphy, and this is the Matt Murphy Radio Show, winding down for another day, this Wednesday edition. Immediate disclaimer required. I'm not endorsing any of Austin's political views, but there's always a but. I believe you guys are living in a bubble. It's a cultural phenomenon that's going on right now. Democrats are communist, extreme left, correct? What do you think the conservative side is going to do? I saw a shrink with a PhD for 4.5 years because of my father beating me. Whoa, this took a turn.
Where are we going?
What? Cancel culture is still affecting white men. Big segment that feel the way he feels. I don't know if you're feeling dissatisfied, disfed. Look, I'm not ashamed of being a white male. Cameron, are you ashamed of being a white male?
No.
No. Me
I have not been replaced. I don't know about the rest of you guys.
I've not been replaced either.
It's just bizarre. Like, what are you even talking about? Like, you say it so confidently. Like, this Austin Lee guy, it's like, well, you're being replaced. If we don't work quickly, what are you going to work towards? Are you going to?
He has it in. I don't think you understand. He has it in bold print here.
It's very bold.
Non-white foreigners have invaded our country and are replacing white Americans. Like, who's not letting white people have babies?
Yeah, go for it.
I mean, my Lord. I mean, between Cameron and Chris Hand, they're having them for everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, they're both white dudes.
We've got extra.
Babies galore.
We got extra at our house.
I mean, occasionally Cameron will give me one.
Yeah.
Just for the weekend.
Yeah, just rent them out.
Why not? Very odd. Kathy has a good news story, and I think we need to end on it. Hey, Kathy.
Hey there.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm just down here at Dolly's new place.
You're at exit 22. Are you
yes,
at the
sir,
travel stop?
Exit 22.
Tennessee travel stop. Now it's known as Dolly's.
Yep. And I came by the first time on my way to job number 2. It was like 4:20, 4:30, and it was like organized chaos. But it was just, and it's a great place. And Dolly's already gone, unfortunately. But yeah, you need to stop in sometime.
I've been there. I was there. Oh yeah. I mean, so they rebuilt it and they reopened it as Tennessee Travel Stop, and then I guess they've now rebranded it as Dolly's, right?
Yes, and what I understand, it was like a joint between her and the owners.
Mm-hmm. I love it. Absolutely love it.
Yeah, I do too, and I just think it's wild. This tiny town of like 1,600 people, and this is going on.
And she showed up today.
Yeah, they did the ribbon cutting. I didn't get to see it, but
that's awesome.
Yeah, I know.
That's awesome.
Anyway.
That's good. That's great. That's a great way to end things. I-65 exit 22, heading south toward Alabama. You stop off on that exit, and there's Dolly's Travel Stop, an affiliation with Dolly Parton and the owners of the travel center. I think are managers involved in that as well. Cameron, thank you for being here today for the fun and for
You're welcome. That was entertaining, man.
That was a heck of a lot of fun. Jackson, thank you. Ryan, thank you. Jay Harper, thank you, of course. We're back tomorrow, Thursday edition on the Matt Murphy Radio Show on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. What is in store? Who knows? Mark Levin is up next. No Mark, I guess, this week. Ben Ferguson has been filling in for him. I don't know who will do so today. Until next time, Matt Murphy speaking and saying, for the rest of the crew, have a great evening. Hug your loved ones. So long, everybody.